This is international soccer celebrity Chris Doran, and you're listening to ACES Radio.
Hey, Morgan Hughes asks, not soccer related. Man, he looks just like Ron Tugnut in this Avi here. Not soccer related, but do you think it's true that when you are gifted enough money to buy a professional sports team, that you are no longer connected to reality? Asking for a friend. This is unbelievable.
The man can't be stopped.
He's like AI, just an unbelievable
like
process.
Artificial intelligence or Allen Iverson.
They're one and the same in my book.
Yeah. I have never had enough.
Patrick, you want to field that one?
Yeah, go ahead, Patrick. You answer this question. He's going to hard pass.
Disconnect.
Okay, that's
full disconnect.
I have never had enough money to purchase a soccer team, and so I don't pretend to know what that's like.
I can't project.
This podcast has gone off the rails. It's okay.
How about new?
Now, shall we begin?
You are now listening to an altogether less fashionable variety of soccer podcasts. Broadcasting live from the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to
ACES Radio.
I got the new wings with the Zima flavor sauce.
I've given this no thought whatsoever.
Hashtag probably riding cock.
They're in your face. They're a little different. I think it's super cool. I love them. Jamie, ignorant slut.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, here are your hosts, Morgan Hughes, John Sitar, and Darby Schnarpus.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, and celebrity fans alike. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, it's already too late. You're tuned in to the latest, the lamest, and possibly last episode of ACES Radio. It's a Buffalo Bills podcast only. Coming up tonight on the program, Cruisers FC snap their losing streak, picking up a point at home against New England. The panel will discuss cracking the code. Tonight it makes its triumphant return as we try to decipher what Alex Fisher means when he uses words. Man balls, they are back and they are thrown about as liberally as ever. Drabs, I welcome you back to the show and I remind you that no one's genitals are ever for smelling. Then on segment 2, the rarest of all rare treats has a celebrity guest, unlike any other, which we don't mean as a compliment, stops by the show. Mystery guest is here, bitches. Spoiler alert, it's one of our parents. But which one? And what do they think about things and stuff? Tune in to find out. On segment 3, we head live on Periscope for your hot takes, aka the battle for the grand prize and sweet mother of God. A logjam at the top of the standings this week, fellas, as users A, B, C, D, E, F, and Ron Tugnut return to battle for hot take supremacy. Prediction scores, prediction updates, Cruisers versus San Jose, Hang On Tour, the Ags Attack War, and so much fucking more. Brought to you as always by benevolent corporate overlord sponsors, Blunting Urine, and broadcasting live from the beautiful front room here at Endeavor Brewing Company. My name is the continuing champion, Morgan Hughes, aka Officer Carol Seaver. And I'm joined, as always, by none other than everyone's favorite ancient Bruin, 40-year-old man-child Darby Schnarpus, filling in for the wet boy. They call him the weatherman, Alex Uncle Alligator Thomas. Fellas, mapaches, lads from different dads, brothers from different mothers, and amigos de Guillermo. How in the hell have you been?
Good. I feel as though if Greg Benson were still alive and not buried in a shallow grave somewhere in Grove City,
He's dead.
he would be impressed with how consistent your timing has become on the intro. I feel like there's not a lot of variation.
I feel like he'd be keeping track of something, and it wouldn't be appreciative of me, though, Drabs.
No, I mean, there is nothing to appreciate about you, so that does make sense.
That's a word on the street.
Yeah.
Alex Thomas, welcome into the game. How you been, pal?
What up?
Are you using a permanent marker to write on our dry erase boards?
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. It's going to be here forever.
You're filling in for the wet boy tonight.
Wet boy.
Are you excited? Usually you are here for but a few minutes. Now, 3 entire segments. What a treat. What a treat.
I've made a horrible mistake.
I can't believe you've done this. Welcome back in, lads. This is episode, if I'm correct, I think it's episode 82.
Oh, dude, one step closer to the 100 Jubilee.
18 episodes away from the Diamond Jubilee episode. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have a Diamond Jubilee.
Me too, Morgan.
Alex, they say it's not 75. They say it's 100.
That's what Wikipedia said that.
Yeah. And it is Wikipedia, by the way.
Oh, my God.
I'm just happy that something is going to reach 100 slightly before I do.
I mean, you roast yourself I'm not sure I like that. I like it when other people do it to you. That's right. Welcome in, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls alike. This is episode 82 of the trash pit known as ACES Radio. It is the 26th of April, which brings me to the housekeeping edition, Alex. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of ACES Radio, we have a lot of housekeeping to cover. First and foremost, today, being August... What is this? April?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, clap. April 26th is not just my younger brother Peter's birthday, Alex. It is also the birthday of the greatest player in franchise history. And it is his 40th birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Andres Mendoza today has turned 40.
If he would have, if he weren't also in the shallow grave.
Fuck you, Darby. Don't talk over
Grove
that.
City.
This is what we don't talk over. Andres Mendoza, 2 years, 40 years. I'm Peruvian. This is how we celebrate our birthdays.
That's pretty dang cool.
Thank you, Ralph. Happy birthday to Andres Mendoza, 40 years young, Drabs.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
No, that was like 60 years ago, so I do not. However, I do remember on my 40th birthday, I also snorted a 6-foot pile of cocaine and slept my way through a South American country.
Man, fuck it. Was that the birthday where you got one of those hoops that you just like rolled down a hill and you had a stick and you just like hit it on the top of it to keep it rolling?
Yes, that absolutely was. We had invented the wheel the day before.
Everyone was so
like,
excited.
Let's turn this into a thing with a stick. And the internet was born.
I remember seeing recreations of your 40th birthday at the Ohio Historical Society.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. Everyone had scurvy. And
yes, because it was on a boat.
You grew up on a ship.
Yeah.
Moving on. Happy birthday, Andres Mendoza. Next week, guys.
Thank you.
This is some breaking news. Next week we will have on segment 2 the owner, the operator, the chief. I don't even know what they call it in lower leagues because I'm more of a basketball man, a 3-4 man. Next week on ACES Radio episode 2, we will have the owner operator of FC Columbus, Drabish Ranfus. That's a big deal. Your thoughts?
Did you say on episode 2?
I know. On segment 2? Did I say episode?
I don't know.
I'll edit that out.
Oh, cool. So, like the FC Columbus guy.
Maz, his name is Maz Chite.
Will the Rough
Chete?
Lads be in attendance and popping smoke here in the front room at Endeavor?
# smack?
Yeah.
Well, they're certainly invited.
Okay. Come and you can paint a tifo for us and hang it up here in the window.
I don't know about that.
Oh, they
Seems like a lot of work.
They're top tifo lads from what I've seen.
They're very good.
Yeah.
They are very good.
And lasses. I think there are also lasses.
Yeah, well, I mean, where there are boys, there are probably girls, and vice versa.
Yeah.
We're excited here at ACES Radio to have the FC Columbus. I think owner. I think he owns the team, right? Like he's.
I don't think they have to jump through stupid legal mumbo jumbo bullshit. They just say, "Yeah, you paid like $5,000. You own the team."
Well, you know what they'd say, Alex, in the industry is tune in next week to find out.
That's right, Morgan.
They would say that.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're very excited to have FC Columbus here. We should do more of this. I mean, we cover a lot of Buffalo Bills talk. We should branch out to, first of all, the crew, second of all, FC Columbus, probably to the Eagles.
Yeah, I have had communications with the CEO of the Eagles.
Is that the mascot?
Yeah, it's like CEO, director of coaching, guy who orders pizza,
Eagles
assistant referee.
What's the bird's name? Do we know? No one cares. That's right.
Bob.
Yeah.
Rough Lads.
Can't wait. Next week, it's gonna be good. We support every soccer outlet here in town.
Even if we don't go to all their games, we still support their existence.
Yeah, we've been busy. We've had things to do.
We've got things.
We have like a whole Slack.
Home opener.
Well, they just had their first scrimmage against I don't know who, but their next game is coming up.
It's coming up
and they're playing Dayton Dutch Lions, which we fucking hate.
Watch your knees.
Yeah.
Killers of Eddie Gavin. We'll talk to them about when their next game is. I can get tickets, all that happy shit. So we're looking forward to that. Third piece of housekeeping. Shout out to Michael Bradley. Looks like you had a bad night last night, lad. Man, our hearts go out to you here at ACES Radio. I'll tell you what, Drabs. I don't know about you, but when I saw Michael Bradley boot that ball into orbit, my heart, it broke, and then it realized that it wasn't sad, and it grew 15 times that day.
I mean, the bright side is we now have a new photograph to put in the dictionary next to the word Schadenfreude. Like that just...
Roasted.
everybody in Columbus just said, yeah, that's what's up.
Yes,
I think
that
the word karma was literally trending in Columbus for a while after that.
We're unique in the fan base. I mean, we're probably pretty much the only people that feel like literally pissed on by that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people let down by him.
And
I mean, he's the face of failure for the U.S. men's national team for many, but for us specifically.
So he's
the
just
shit
the face
talk,
of failure now.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, after
At
the
all
shit
levels.
talk, I love the tweets that say, well, now's a good time to practice compassion. Okay. What the fuck ever.
It
And I also love
wasn't
the
before.
tweets that are questioning whether the ball has returned to orbit or if it's still in space.
Because I don't think it has.
Apparently, the time for compassion wasn't when Michael Bradley had a microphone in front of his fucking face.
No.
Yeah, no. After all those hours we spent literally painting his face onto giant banners and then displaying them before one of his games, for him to turn around to shit on us like that, sorry, get fucked, lad.
Well, I will say this, though. Kudos to it looked like a sizable amount of people that traveled from Toronto to go to Azteca. Like that's got to be a little hostile down there. So,
God, yeah.
What a shitty way to lose.
And kudos to TFC in general for going as far as they did and doing all the good stuff and representing MLS, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, we legitimately respect that. We still have the old TFC going on, admittedly.
It leaves it out there for us to win.
That's true.
We love you and we hate you, and we want you to die in the nicest of ways.
Darby's hot take is mad respect to TFC for making that far. You fought really hard. My hot take is go fuck yourself. I hope you lose every game, and I hope an asteroid crashes into your stadium while you're playing Seattle. That's what I hope. I hope Asteroid FC comes
I mean, we
in.
love to hate you.
Yeah.
That's it. We enjoy hating you.
And that's purely from like a my heart perspective. Like that's what my heart feels. My heart wants you to die.
We are competitors, and we're going to embrace this bullshit manufactured rivalry that MLS handed to us.
Get out of my face, Drabs. I want that Trillium Cup. What's the one I broke? The Dallas one? The
Every
Pioneer
cup.
Cup?
Oh, yeah.
I want to
cup
break
you've ever
every
touched.
cup that the Cruisers have ever played for. Fuck them. Fuck them. That's why. Second to last piece of housekeeping, Federico Higuain, a.k.a. Pipa, I believe.
Sounds familiar.
I'm richer. I'm rich now. I'm richer than I was yesterday, bitch. That's right. He signs a 1-year extension. He will be in Columbus next season. Alex Thomas, you are one of the lads of Columbus. Are you excited? How are you feeling, pal?
Yeah, did I tell you I was there the first day he showed up at Obed's? Yep. There was a.
You weren't at the airport, you fucking casual.
No, I was like literally there. He walked through the fence. You know the entrance. I'm
He
talking
walked
about.
through the fence?
I would believe that.
The opening. Well, you're the one that hopped over it when you made Greg shit his pants.
is true.
Anyway, right around that area, and there was a good degree of. There's a big language gap. They showed him his shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're like,
Oh,
what?
at that point,
So-
he spoke no English. Yeah.
Right.
Like
so
no
I was
English.
breaking it down on like he wants leather shoes, not this shit, not this pleather stuff.
Yeah.
Get the man's the kangaroo
Solid
leather.
black.
Yeah.
And I don't want like white like Adidas stripes that have been colored in with black Sharpie.
No, I want the ones from like 1972.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't play for the fucking Wizards or like the Galaxy. I play for the Crew.
it's a cool day. No, I'm stoked. I'm wondering about the timing of the thing. Like, not that it's relevant, but
I honestly don't think it is. I really don't think it has anything to do with our chances of playing here next year, playing in Austin next
was
year.
his contract
Yeah,
up? Or?
it's up after this year.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
but why-
he extended this season. Like, the only reason he played this year was because he extended.
Right.
And,
Why'd they do that
last
now?
year's extension would have happened earlier in the season if the Crew weren't concentrating on, they were trying to negotiate in the secondary transfer window instead of doing it earlier in the year. And I think they figured out that they shouldn't let it get that far this year. And it just says, Federico Higuain's playing at a high level, and let's not worry about it for the rest of the year. Let's get this contract thing taken care of.
Yeah, Greg's saying clear the air.
Yeah.
Let's get all the variables out of the way that we possibly can. I think that's a great.
I trust Greg Berhalter 100%.
To birth your children?
100% he's going to be the, what do you call those things? Where you put your baby in them and then they give you
Oh,
a
the
baby?
surrogate father for your baby
No, I don't
puppy
think they
that
call
comes
it
out of
that.
your butthole?
The
Science baby holder, I think is what
Science
they call it.
baby holder.
I trust him 100% to be my science baby holder. And I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for my baby to come out of his butthole. Alex
I'm
Thomas, your
excited.
thoughts?
I'm excited for you.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, people 1 year contract extension. It's going to be good to see him back in Columbus another year. That guy's a fucking legend. I mean,
He's good at his job.
He's very good. He loves this city. He loves he loves us. We love
loves
him.
Easton.
Yeah, he loves Easton. He loves,
He loves
Vilks.
mesh jerseys
He
with
loves
his nipples.
Doesn't like it when anything
loves
touches
the
his
shorty
nipples.
shorts, the John
that he
Stockton
does.
shorts.
Yeah.
He loves to build teddy bears, and that's it. Nobody can debate that. Last piece of housekeeping, lads. Shout out to Dirty Slut Pam.
What?
Wait.
Literally everybody in the room.
Hold on. What was the other girl's name? Paige? Or
wait a minute.
Who was the other girl?
Paige.
No, Stephanie was a girl. You dropped the name on the show, and you're like,
yeah. Paige. It was Paige.
Yeah,
you're right.
Did you mean Dirty Slut Paige?
No. This is actually to Pam.
Play the music.
Two things. What?
Like the story
the music.
Yeah, come on.
Just that one music that we have.
No.
Is this it?
No.
This is from the 90s.
This is one when you tell a heartfelt story. I want to hear about this.
Oh, you mean sad moment?
Yeah. Here we go.
So I wake up this morning. Two reasons. I forgot about this. Okay, so I wake up this morning, and I'm like, fumbling, trying to turn off my alarm, and Pam was like pissed at me, like angry. No, like what the fuck?
Normal
we did not
morning.
go to sleep angry. So she's like, I still don't know why you had to do that. And I was like, what are you talking about? Apparently, I had woken up at like 3 a.m. and started yelling at her. In full sentences that made sense and like were relevant to previous discussions before we went to bed. Because like we're closing on a house tomorrow. We mentioned that before. And like we're trying to figure out whether or not we have to pay this last month of rent. Because he's trying to get people in there. Yeah. Anyway, long story. So I woke up in the middle of the night and I go, we're gonna have to pay this whole month's rent, and it fucking sucks, and I can't believe you did that. You should have taken care of it or something. And I kept saying that. I apparently said it 4 times.
Like sleep talking kind of deal?
Yes.
Weird.
But like when people sleep talk, it's usually mumbling.
Yeah. Incoherent
Yes,
ramblings.
not relevant to like something that had just been discussed.
But that's like you, like any other day. It's like incoherent ramblings.
That's right.
I'm really looking forward, incidentally, to in about 2 days, the new Twitter account Sleepy Time Morgan to be the partner to Sleepy Time Dave. Not saying somebody should get on that.
What's the second? Okay, so the first thing is you're giving her for putting up with that. What's the second one?
No, I'm not giving her any credit.
Shout out.
I'm just saying, like, actually respect my ambition. Like, in the middle of the night, I can yell at Pam in my sleep in full sentences, and it's relevant, and she deserves it.
Nice.
Like, that's why I'm the continuing champion, and she's just a vagabond drifter who like has her shitload of shoes. Second thing for a shout out to Pam. I mentioned we're closing on a house tomorrow. She's doing the official like last walkthrough right now, and I refuse to do it because of ACES Radio. I told her to go get fucked.
You're a fucking American hero.
Thank you. I mean, like, you do have to respect that ambition.
And
that is
also,
authentic.
this gives you an excuse that when something is fucked up with the house, you can be like, "Damn it, Pam!
Why
Come
didn't you
on,
catch
I was
this?
counting on you."
Yeah.
You didn't fill that hot tub with gravy. That's what I want. Just to have warm gravy at any point. You're just like, oh, I'm holding this biscuit. What do I do with this biscuit? They're so dry.
So it's like a hot tub fondue thing, but with gravy? Like that's perpetually
I ain't mad at it.
boiling
Also, you
in
could
your
just
house?
fill it with butter, and it would also fulfill
No,
your
I don't
biscuit
like that.
needs.
I'm thinking gravy drabs. At any point, I could walk
Can you
from
get
my car
multiple hot tubs?
to the house. I
Just have a line of them with dipping sauces.
I always come back to my car holding 2 biscuits.
Right.
And they're so dry.
Are you going to share the biscuits, or are they both for you?
Absolutely not.
This is
for
breaking
Daddy.
news.
It's for Daddy.
You don't share this.
Daddy does not share in biscuits.
They're the roast beef sandwiches.
Have we ever gotten
of the Purdy
a
household.
fucking answer from Erickson if he theoretically had 2 roast beef sandwiches, would he share them?
I was just on the phone with him literally like
You didn't
25
ask?
minutes ago. I forgot about that.
These are the things that keep me awake at night, yelling at concubine.
That's right. Which you do very poorly compared to me.
I do.
Moving on, lads. Cruisers FC taking on New England Revolution, the fighting Kai Kamara-less revolution of the greater Boston area. Your formation, the familiar 4-2-3-1. Your starters, Zach Steffen in net, Awful, Mensa, Josh Williams, and Fernando Valenzuela across the back. Trapping Artur in the middle, Sanch, Higuain, and Nico Hansen on the wings and attacking mid, and your boy Jossie Zardes up top. Your subs were Christian Martinez and his stupid hair for Nico Hansen, so hot right now, in the 70th minute, and Adam John, the future of the franchise, for Sanch in the 86th. Your cards, Higuain picks up a yellow for dissent in the 66th, and your goals, Andrew Farrell with an own goal for New England. Cruisers FC go up 1-0 in the 9th minute. Theo Banbre levels it at 1-1 for the Revs in the 14th. Your boy Jossie Zardes puts us up 2-1 going into halftime, but wait, the half isn't over. Pinilla, which is Spanish for Pinilla, for New England, scores the equalizer in the first minute of the first half. Stoppage time, lads. That was all of your scoring. Nothing of note happened in the second half except we pinged the ball off of all of the crossbars and posts. First of all, mad respect, in all caps, with a K at the end of it, to Revs fans for displaying the Save the Crew banner in their section. I hung out with a few of them at the Mega Tailgate. They are good people, as always. Drabe Schranfis, the losing streak has been snapped at 3 games. We have officially gained a point in the standings, but also we retired from New England, so we really haven't gained anything. Your thoughts on the match, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff happening in the first half. Not pretty stuff. We have now scored. I mean, by we, I mean players in yellow that aren't me.
That we pay.
Yeah, that we pay.
Much like for MLS to ATX scarves.
Have now scored a goal
Yeah.
in the past 3 games.
Correct.
So that's good. Sometimes you rely on the other team to make things happen, and of course you can always argue like they put a ball in a dangerous place and own goals happen. But that was a bad goal.
That was
like
bad.
that. There was no pressure on the dude.
What is it? I mean, like I look at it and I'm like, okay, maybe there was a communication issue, but like at no point would their goalie ever go, oh hey, head it directly into the
right. Yeah,
I thought you said head it directly into the goal.
It was a damn fine header.
It really was.
If that was an intentional thing, we would be marveling at it. It just turns out it was a really big fucking lerp up.
Yeah.
It was good to see Nico Hansen out there. I think he brought a change of pace that we very much needed. We keep giving Martinez a try, and he has upsides, and he had that really great 2-assist game. But he doesn't necessarily look like the answer at this point. I like Nico. He brings pace. He brings physicality.
There were a
he's
couple
got a
times
good
there.
shot. When he hits the ball, it's been hit.
There were a couple times there where I thought Nico really separated himself maybe from Christian in the way that he's able to not just create separation, because they can both do that, but Nico seems to be able to do it to put himself in a scoring position. However, there was a moment in the 42nd where there was really, really, really good build-up play from a great recovery by Artur, who played the ball to Sanch, who got the ball to Zardes in a position to make the cross, and he put it on a platter for Nico Hansen, who fucking whiffed. And that's, look, screwing up happens. But if you're a young guy like Nico and you're fighting for a place in this league and you're also fighting for a starting position, you gotta finish those. Maybe later in your career you can go, Merrim, maybe he puts that in and we're not worried about it. But Nico Hansen's fighting for a starting spot. He really missed a few opportunities in that game.
Yeah, and another thing I want to talk about actually is the Higuain yellow. So this is now, I think, the second yellow he's gotten for dissent.
Yep, because of Argentinian blood.
Yeah, but he had gotten better about that for a while, and I wonder if there's a little bit of it's time for our captain to step up and start talking to the refs more, like maybe getting involved before it gets to the stage that our hot-headed Argentinian is losing his shit.
That drop was straight from the brain of Will Trapp. He's like, wait, what are my responsibilities as captain?
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I think it's they use this thing has existed before where people think that Latinos have a different blood. It's somehow warmer and it makes them angry.
Yeah, like actual literal
Right.
temperature. If you put a thermometer in them, they go about 100.
Yeah, it's completely racist, but I believe that it's true. Darby, your thoughts? Confirm.
Andres Mendoza.
Greatest in franchise history. Alex Thomas, Uncle Alligator. They call him the weatherman on the streets. 2 leads in the first half, both gone within minutes of establishing them. It looks to me like maybe this is a team who isn't confident enough to play with a lead. Is that what you're seeing? Or, what's the issue here? How can you take the lead and then give it up so quickly?
I mean, the defense holds the whole rest of the game. What is it magically about those?
Right.
The literal minute after we score. I'm not sure if that's a.
Do they expect the other team to stop trying?
Positioning thing or
focus? Like they're not getting their heads back in the game quick enough?
If I recall correctly, I think one of their goals was a really good goal. And it was deserved and legitimate.
We're talking about New England?
Yeah, I think. It's a little scrambled. I know DC's was. But in New England, yeah, I think one of their goals was fantastic.
You're talking about the second goal. That was that was just from that powerful header that whoever on New England hit. Basically, like, we had cleared the ball and they got it back to the an attacking position within seconds, and we just weren't ready.
Yeah, and they knock it in, and what I want to see is the grit, like the fight. Fight back. Let's put one in the back of the net a minute after them. But that was a game of ups and downs. Obviously, would have liked to have got 3 points out of that one. A point's good though.
There's part of me that goes, Zach should have saved both of those goals. And there's another part of me that goes, don't worry about Zach because we only got a point because he made a couple stupid saves.
Yeah. He played.
Yeah.
I was up above the stage on one of his saves, and I was like,
right.
It was pretty amazing.
This is not one of those Zach giveth and he taketh away situations. Like, he gaveth us a point because,
yes,
I think it was Farrell had a header, like an uncontested header that Zach just basically Superman.
Dude, he can get lateral so quickly. His body's long. He's so young.
Yeah.
He's got a sideways leaping ability that put up against damn near anybody. It's pretty amazing. So yeah, kudos to him for even keeping us on the board. Now
that's pretty.
We outshot him like crazy again. I mean, I don't know what our 3-game total in shots is, but it's insane to only come out of that with essentially, like Darby said, 1 goal because theirs was an own goal. It's ridiculous. I don't know if there's ever been a stretch where a team has scored or shot that many times and only netted a goal.
Well, there is no time. Well, the previous 2 games were the most shots in MLS history without scoring, and it's the record that will stand the test of time. If you're being Sunshine Brigade about this game against New England, off the post in the 4th minute of second half stoppage time, off the crossbar earlier in the second half, from a Mensah header off of an Higuain corner kick. So the chances were there. We didn't bury them. You would, if you want to be Sunshine Brigade again, you can say, hey, most of the time those go in. But what I'll remember from this game for the next 5 minutes, and then I will not think about this game ever again, is there were a handful of moments where Higuain was on a different planet than everyone else. Whenever he's done playing soccer for a living, that is what I will remember about him, is the stretches of time where he plays a different game than other people on the field, and it kind of confuses them. Like, he puts balls exactly where he wants to put them, and no one has ever got them in that position before, so they're like, bah. He had a great volley in the 69th that could have easily been a goal, and and he was just generally putting balls wherever the hell he wanted all night long. So,
credit to Greg on that one, though. Give it to Greg. I mean, for telling the rest of the team, look, you guys are gonna go out there and be rigid, but we're going to give him the ability to just wander around. The other team doesn't know what the hell is going to happen. They can't keep track of him. So he's going to put himself in spaces and make these amazing plays because the team has carved out a space for him to do that. So sure, he can go 20 minutes and look like, what the hell is he doing out there? He's wandering around or not chasing the ball, but flashes of brilliance because he's allowed to do that. It's just freaking awesome to watch.
True. And so that's one of the things that makes you wonder. Like, I'm sure other teams are game planning against him, but still, in that game that we had 45 fucking crosses.
Right.
Like, this is a game where we gave him the ball and let him do his thing.
Yeah.
And you got results. Even if they didn't all turn into goals, you got fucking results. That's the best guy on the field.
Yeah, and I'll remind everyone that goal we actually scored, the 1 goal we scored in the last 3 games, it didn't come from crosses from the sideline. It was beautiful. It came from Josh Williams giving the ball to Sanj putting a good ball on, I believe, Higuain, who got the ball to Jossie.
Who had for all the criticism of his first touch,
had a
beautiful first touch.
Incidentally,
5th goal in 8 games. That was the only one that wasn't his. Wasn't one touch. That was his first multiple touch goal. What are you guys doing? What? We're buzzing. You guys are hearing
like
buzzing.
There's a social buzz.
We're not hearing buzzing. Are you? You're talking about like ACES Radio's buzzing on social media.
Yeah.
Like people are talking.
Like your speakers are crap.
Maybe AGS is dropping a new album.
What? Does it feature
like that
bees?
Buzz? Yeah.
I wonder if it has anything to do with Will Trapp.
My name is Will Trapp.
That's pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're the best team in MLS. Pretty dang cool.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Moving the fuck on. Color impressions of the match. It's a combination of your color impressions and the match, which I remind you is exactly what we're doing right now. Darby Shranfus, 40-year-old man-child, everyone's favorite ancient ruin. Mm-hmm. They're calling you on the streets the man who was put into an insane asylum because he killed children and then like had sex with a horse, if I'm remembering that correctly. That's what they're saying about you.
To forget that forever. Thank you very much.
They'll remember. That's what they'll remember you when you're dead. Yeah. Your color impressions, my friend.
My color impressions of the match are plain, boring white, like those ridiculous upcycled plastic jerseys.
What? Why are those ridiculous?
Those things are so freaking stupid.
You can argue that like the way to conserve is to not make them in the first
place. Yeah.
Like you already have a lot.
So wait, play nude?
I mean, obviously.
That probably is the most conservationist.
Yeah, and then because your sweat and your blood waters the field. Yeah, it's the ultimate cycle.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Your color is a lack of coloring.
Yeah.
Alex Thomas, the weatherman, your color impressions of the match, my friend.
Yellow. And I'm going to tell you why, Morgan. It's twofold. You know how like they get some of the sites will give you the team's past performance, the 5 past games. Green or a win and red's a loss. Yellow.
I've seen those.
It's a tie, right? Also yellow because there were 6 yellow cards in that game. 1 for Federico Higuain for dissent. Now, like Darby alluded to earlier, the game against DC, he got a yellow card for what we would all assume is dissent, but I looked it up. It was for not retreating. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he was standing next to the ball.
Well, he kind of like brushed the guy aside.
Yeah,
so
he
it's
does
two yellows in 2 games for stuff that like has absolutely no impact on the field. That's
yellow
frustrating.
Yellow like what?
Yeah. Yellow like, I don't know, butt soap?
Yellow Beach, Columbus
Not butt soap?
Alex, I'm going to switch it up this week. So I'm sitting next to Pam on the couch this week, and we're having a conversation. She's asking me to do stuff. Oh, we're buying a house. Oh, can you get boxes? Oh, can you take
when will it end?
Trash out? I don't. Oh, can you pay money for this house? Oh, bleh.
Yeah.
And so I picked up my fork. I'm eating dinner, right? Mm-hmm. That she made me because she's actually good at making food. Right? Yeah, she's good at making food.
She made you a plate full of vegetables, your favorite.
You know that's not true. So I pick up my fork and I point it at her face in a threatening manner.
Okay, all right.
And she says, here's where it gets nasty. She has the audacity to say to me, "Don't threaten me." And I said, "Pam, how dare you? This is not a threat. This is a reminder of an existing threat."
Okay.
I've been threatening to kill you with my strength and my man forks for years.
That one time I thought you said you were going to throw her off the roof.
That
was about waffles, but go ahead.
That was completely. You're right about that. Oh, I want to wait until we register for a wedding.
You're like, so I can eat a waffle for like 6 months?
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, like I'm banned from enjoying breakfast because you want to have something to be gifted.
It's on a registry from like English Home and Garden Fest.
What a dirty. Oh, she has a lot of growing up to do.
A lot of nerve.
So I pointed a fork at her and I says, and she said, "Don't threaten me." And I said, "It's not a threat. This is a reminder of an existing threat." And then I says to her, "My color of the match is
Yellow Beach, Columbus Crew."
That's right, Alex. Yellow.
Yellow like what, Morgan?
Yellow like the batter that should be made to, and then grilled in a waffle maker.
Wait, is she making batter with her butt soap?
Maybe.
Butt soap batter?
Well, we would not know because we don't have a waffle maker.
Is this new house going to have like opaque glass? Is it going to be frosted glass in the shower so you won't have to like deal with that anymore? Yeah, I mean, shower curtain.
There's 2 showers, so.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
She showers.
Do you guys have 2 sinks?
Well,
like his and her?
Hers is more like a hose in the basement, so like she can hose herself off.
Yeah, a little straw in the corner, and she could just
got a pool and a pond. Pond would be good for you.
Yeah, right. Okay.
What if I told you there was a cure for the scourge that is somebody having the audacity to share a bathroom with you, Alex?
What would that cure be, Morgan?
That's right. They say the only cure for the scourge that is Pam is like probably a hot tub full of
gravy,
like Barnyard Buster sauce.
And now,
whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, it's not
an ACES radio exclusive.
What does it all mean, Grandpa?
Cracking the code. They say it.
Everything we do is for the city.
What? We explain it.
Who we are is for the city.
I understand you.
You reap the benefits.
What? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yeah!
And it's all for Columbus.
For Columbus, indeed. Welcome back, bitches, to another edition of Cracking the Code, which was going to be called Greggsplanations. But the much better podcast known as Podcast for Columbus, which is a really inventive and unique name for a podcast that takes place in Columbus.
Is it the number 4, or is it the word 4, or is it both?
It's a little bit of both.
It's a golf show. It's FORE.
Oh.
This is Todd Ficknerberg.
And they have ducks.
What Todd Ficknerberg sounds like. So this week we have heard, and the last 3 weeks we've had a lot of goings on from a legal perspective. We've seen a lot of things that maybe we don't understand because we are lay people and we can't read, and we have girlfriends that don't respect our fork skills, frankly. So to me, I saw something that Alex Fisher from the Columbus Partnership said this week. And it made me feel better about this situation. So I goes up to Alex Fisher and I says, "Thank you for having me to your partnership. There are partners here." And he says, "Morgan, let me stop you right there. These are my partners."
Were you at his office?
I was at the partnership.
Okay.
The partner office.
At 2 Nationwide Plaza.
Partner room is what they call it.
Okay.
Yeah, they all sleep there.
Partneratorium.
The Partneratorium at 2 Nationwide Boulevard.
It's where they park their cars, but the partner room is like their house.
Wait, don't they carpool since they're partners?
They park in one place and they drive. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a bus situation.
Yeah.
I think it's a bus. And so I says to him, "Can you repeat what you says in the newspaper to me, speaking to my inner thighs?" And he said,
"My pocket full of queso."
He said, "Morgan, I will respect that fork that's in my face because I know that it's not a threat. It's a reminder of an existing threat." And then he said the following in 3, 2, 1.
"Despite the normal back and forth and positioning of lawyers, I remain positive based on direct conversations with the league's leadership. Hashtag YOLO swag 24/7 blaze it. Dare to be massive. Dare to be not a robot. Lemmy smash."
Fantastic. I don't know what hashtag YOLO swag 24/7 blaze it means or dare to be massive, dare to not be a robot. But Alex Fisher seems to be stepping up when the thing that I usually record on was unavailable this week.
Weird. He sounds like Grant Wall.
He definitely sounds different. I think we've heard recordings of him before, and I think his voice changed.
He's definitely not a robot.
Definitely not a robot.
He's got like a head cold or something.
Yeah. So the whole thing here is Alex Fisher's basically confirming what he's saying. Let me crack the code real quick, and you tell me what you think, Drabs.
Okay. I mean, you're the insider.
Crack
from what
the
we hear.
Nah, that's Tom Tiberi. So I think he's saying, listen, everyone, this is what happens when lawsuits are going on and when lawyers are talking into microphones and motions are being filed. You could possibly feel like the end is near and it might not be a good thing. But believe me when I tell you that I still have an ongoing conversation with people behind the scenes and those conversations are going well. So fear not, Cruisers FC fans. Still keep up the fight. Hashtag save the crew. Hashtag Bills Mafia. But don't think that we're out of this, because we're not. You're just not used to seeing legalese. Drabby Schrenfis, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's very easy to get caught up in the legal filing of the moment. I mean, already if you look at the Franklin County Court's website for this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what are there, I don't know, fucking 50 PDFs in there already, all the motions flying around and whatnot. And it's easy to get caught up in whatever the current one is. You read one from our side, it's fuck yeah, this is happening. And then you read the shit from their side, and you're like, oh my God, the world is ending.
Yeah.
And yeah, the reality is there's probably all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes that is not in a courtroom. It's possible this stuff may never see a courtroom. Maybe they work their shit out. Maybe... to some extent, there's a PR component to both sides playing this game. We continue to have faith.
It's basically like an arena that we're not familiar with. We're used to watching lads on footy pitches, right? And when a ball goes into the back of the net, that goal goes up on the board. This is not a scored competition right now. What's happening? This is business, all right? And these are guys, and only guys, that are used to this kind of game. And they're guys that, frankly, are used to being in lawsuits. So I don't think that the fact that there's a lawsuit going on and there are motions being filed and things going back and forth, motions to toll, motions to dismiss, that it makes the people who are used to this kind of thing any less likely to work together. Alex Thomas... There's been talk of an NDA. There's been talk of no NDAs. There's been talk of multiple NDAs. There's been one side saying they didn't respond to it, and another side saying crickets. How are you feeling? Do you find any comfort in what Alex Fisher said?
Well, here's the deal. I mean, these guys are paid propagandists, right?
Who are we talking about?
The lawyers. And
Master Report Podcast?
Who?
Exactly.
Never heard of those guys. So in a lot of ways, they're just trying to win the stands, much like we are, right? So they're both running around trying to win the stands. They're gonna say these bombastic claims and try to sway public opinion, much as we would when we're up in the lads. So, Alex Fisher throwing that out there, he doesn't strike me as somebody who would say something disingenuous just for propaganda's sake. So I kind of put a little bit more stake in that than I would maybe the other side.
Yeah.
So they're out there doing it. But we're striving to read between the lines and all this stuff. But no, it's a positive thing. The NDA thing, without getting too deep into it, the timeline when Andy Lambeau signed the affidavit and said that December 6th that an NDA had been provided to somebody, which would have made him not wholly truthful at the supporters summit, and then to find out that now the torch has been passed to the actual league to give to be the conduit through which the NDA gets presented to the potential buyer the second time and another prominent citizen or whatever, I think is really interesting.
I think it's
the same person? And
I think it's interesting that PSV said we never got any response back from them, and then the league said there was a secondary NDA that was put together for them. So, where's the truth?
Well, maybe the first NDA was just so circus-ass ridiculous. These people have shown to be nothing but, complete fucking idiots. So maybe the second NDA, after it passed through the league's like, we're going to do it like this to take out any ambiguity and remove the silliness in it.
Or maybe the league and Precourt Sports Ventures are moving apart, as I've been saying for weeks.
No, for
sure. I think that they're done with Precourt and his monkey boy, Dave Greeley. And
what's he bringing to the table, man?
A less money than anyone else by significant factors.
$0. What's 0 plus 0? Free scarf.
We'll get on the facts.
I am starting to wonder if the parallel paths in question are actually PSV and MLS interacting with investors.
There's the potential for
real
that.
talk. I think those two NDAs can be completely unrelated at this point.
100%.
The league is doing some homework. PSV is doing their shitty ass wipe their butts with a piece of notebook paper homework. And it may be that they are each doing their own thing in pursuit of, PSV is trying to not get sued and MLS is trying to actually find somebody to help them get out of this shit show.
We actually have a quote from Anthony Precourt about this whole situation. 3, 2, 1.
So how about I come over there and go to town on your money and on your ass?
That's right. That's a movie.
Is that him talking to the Austin City Council?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, just to Austin in general. He says the following.
So how about I come over there and go to town on your money and on your ass?
Sounds about right.
Yeah. That's what he said.
Yeah. Alex Fisher's probably a really stand-up dude.
Alex Fisher, the Columbus partnership again, represents.
What do you think the net worth of the Columbus partnership is?
Columbus.
Okay.
Columbus.
I
think their net
does it start with the B?
Net worth is Columbus.
Oh, it's got to.
Fuck yes, it is.
10 Bs?
Dude, Lex Wexner's in the partnership. Yes, it's billions. 100%. It's Columbus and all surrounding areas.
There are multiple billionaires in Columbus.
So they got multiple Bs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what's Columbus worth? That's what the partnership is worth.
No one can be sure, Morgan.
I mean, I know. It's at least $100.
I agree. Right there. That's right.
Yeah.
Price is right.
You know what? Shit, I will buy Columbus. If somebody can tell me who to write the check for,
just write at least 100.
At least 100, and I will just send it to the mayor.
Cheers.
Yeah.
You don't have that kind of scratch.
You're a math boy.
Yeah. Are you talking about me?
Word on the streets, you're like the number one math boy.
People are talking about that?
Yeah, the kids.
Ah, what a treat. I did pass geometry the second time I took it in high school. It did take twice. But to be
triangles
fair,
are hard, Morgan.
The first time I did not go to class.
Proofs are fucking stupid.
And then I'd go and I'd be like, what have you guys done math since I've been gone? This is outrageous.
This is like the 2 weeks in between you waiting around for Yolanda Harris to say your name on TV.
First
You
of
don't
all,
go to school. You sit around and wait.
Do you remember when Bop It Extreme came out?
Best day of my life.
Flick it. Spin it. Bop it. Pull it. Twist it.
What are you talking about?
Way more options, right? I had to skip a lot of school to beat that. And, sometimes you don't have an option. You just got to, #claim glory. So you come back to geometry class and you've beaten Bop It Extreme, which I believe is I can't fucking remember. I think it's 1,000, but I did it.
More than 1,000, maybe.
Maybe it's all of it. They'd done math, and I said, how dare you? So all this to be said,
Fascinating stuff.
I think we've interpreted Alex Fisher enough, and now I think the studio audience knows.
And knowing is half the battle.
Say what again?
He's absolutely right.
Say what one more goddamn time.
Oh, yeah. No, you can't, Walter. Walter, you are dead.
Yes,
I hate this. I saw, like, out of my peripheral, I saw Darby's, like, head moving towards the mic, and I'm like, fuck me. Unbelievable. You're welcome. Everyone hates you. Moving on. Man Balls of the Week. This is a combination of Man of the Match and Game Balls, which as a term is too long as opposed to this explanation, which, much like Sean Sitar's genitals, are perfectly formed. Drabby Shranfus, the 40-year-old man-child, we go to you first. Your 2 Man Balls of the Week, my friend.
First Man Ball of the Week goes to Higuain. As you mentioned, he had a good game. He showed up. Even if you get a red card or a yellow card, I ain't mad at you because you got a little passion.
Yeah.
There are certain other players in the team in leadership position who might get a little bit of that passion themselves.
Racist.
Yeah. Second Man Ball goes to Andres Mendoza for surviving to 40 years old. Welcome to the 40-year-old man-child club. Glad to have you.
He's way higher than you are, though.
Oh, my
off
God.
of the cocaine.
He's probably still high from his 39th birthday.
39 piles of cocaine. I'm the Count from Sesame Street. I'm Peruvian. I'm Andres Mendoza.
Rough live.
This is what we sound like. All right, Alex Thomas, your Man Balls of the Week, my friend.
Well, Morgan, you remember like a couple weeks ago I was over at Stank Lake doing scientific research? Okay. It was bad. It was a little toxic.
Was it?
Yeah. So I got 3 balls now. So.
Well, at least you went in the right direction.
Yeah, exactly. My first one.
All right.
It's going to go to this fine folks that put that beautiful mural up on Hudson. Whoever those cats are.
No one knows who Tifo Sweat is.
I don't know those guys.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks good. I've heard about it.
God, how did we not talk about it?
I can only answer to questions that I've asked others about it.
Okay, yeah.
So that's
And I did
who
see
all signed it?
4
That would be a
or
way to
5
know
lads.
who was involved.
No, that probably
and
is
then
not.
I saw some concern from like a parent, like, "Oh, my sweet boy,
Who said that?
Don't let the ladder fall on
Oh,
you."
God damn it!
I saw
Save it for
something.
segment 2.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The ladder did fall on. Okay, all right. These giant ladders, they're like, they're fucking huge, like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything about like professional paintmanship.
You're not a geometry guy.
No, I'm not. I'm more of like a skipping school to beat Bop at Extreme guy.
Yeah.
So I'm a 3-4 man, So like I'm trying. I have the GoPro and it's doing like this time lapse video, and like John and Chris Blaine are like, they're like, oh, we got to get this like one part. And I'm like, well, you guys, and it was done. I'm like, will you guys get the fuck down off these fucking ladders so like we can have the final shot of the time lapse so I can go home and shower and get to the goddamn stadium. So, like, I decided to take down this, like, 3-story ladder by myself, which you can't do.
Once it starts going, it's going.
Yeah, right. And I thought I was going to walk it down, but with my hands,
I've
no.
done
There are like things that like another person puts their feet on this thing on the bottom, and then they lower it to you. Without that, the end comes up, and so like. In one direction is fucking power lines.
When I visited, you guys had them like super near the little couplings.
The other way is Hudson Street.
Yeah,
and I'm like, if this thing fucking falls
onto a car going 35 miles an hour, it's going to decapitate.
Or like electricity, I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
You're done.
So I didn't fight it. It starts going, and I just let it collapse on me, and it just like it hits like the meaty muscle part of your neck of your shoulder.
Yeah. They call that the meat neck.
And it hit me so hard that it exploded all of like the blood vessels in there.
That's called a bruise, Morgan.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So was this worse than when you get hit by the Jeep?
Oh, fuck no, dude. Okay. Not at all. Right. It was fine.
Wait, you mean to say taking a ladder to the shoulder isn't the same as being run over by a 2-ton vehicle?
Oh, he said he was like laying with like one testicle the size of a grapefruit in the
no.
hospital.
That was that was getting kicked in the balls by a friend. That was a completely different story. I got kicked in the balls by a friend so hard that it gave me a hernia.
Okay.
And it was during basketball season, so I didn't go see a doctor.
So my second man ball. Speaking of balls.
Okay,
go
ahead.
Yeah, come on. Grant Wall for dropping the bomb on Precourt.
What a beautiful white woman.
What a lovely article. He is a nice white woman.
Yeah, he is. No, I think it was the other guy. Who's the other SI writer?
Brian Strauss?
Never mind. All right.
Yeah,
okay.
For just saying what we all know, but the rest
Wall.
of the country gets to hear about. It was nice.
Finally, a man ball for Grant Wall. Everyone's been waiting.
Now he's got one.
And your third malformed.
My bonus ball.
Your disgusting Stank Lake ball.
Concubine Mary.
Oh.
Now, this is for putting together a fun birthday weekend for me. She did a lot of work, and it was nice. I saw all my friends, and I did a bunch of amazing things. And I'll tell you what, by Monday morning, dialysis time. My liver,
you were, okay, so me and Drabby and Sean Sitar, we were at your 40th birthday party.
Yeah.
And you guys were both really hungover. And that was like just Friday evening.
Well, yeah. They were hungover at 7 o'clock at night. They had all day to recover.
Tell you what, my buddy flew in from San Francisco, and he and I go way back, 1994 back. And man, when we get together, it's on. And I put it to it. Now I'm 40 now. So, when I wake up, my liver feels like 180 grit sandpaper. It's rugged, dude.
Yeah, I remember being 20, 21 and drinking and you feel like ass the next day, but you just kind of slam a can of Sparks or some absurd Old English 9,000
eat some greasy
malt
food, take a little ibuprofen, and you're fucking fine.
Ibuprofen? No. You just drink more and then you're back at it. And that's every day. Now it's God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
If that happens on a Saturday, it's Thursday before I'm
you're oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she put it together. A fantastic weekend.
Mary did a hell of a job. It was a surprise party. Were you surprised?
Yeah, it was. I wish I felt better. Honestly, I did. But there was
you didn't look surprised, but I think it was because you just felt like ass.
I was surprised to be alive, I'll tell you that. Dude, I was just worn out. And I didn't even have a beer at my party, you guys.
You didn't?
Not one. I drank water the whole time.
Beer
Holy
shit.
It was rugged. Thank you for drinking the beer for me.
Yeah, Mary was nice enough to get everybody free things of Bud Light.
Yeah, whatever.
And we just trash her the entire time. We're like, this bitch.
But we also drank it.
We did drink it.
Yeah,
it was terrible, and we hated it.
I saw you and Pam run out of there. Looked like a real happy, nice couple.
I had to get up at 5:30 the next morning.
To scream yell at her in your sleep?
Yeah. To paint the wall and to scream at her.
Nice.
Oh, wait. Can I also get a mutant man ball?
Go for it.
Because, I spent a lot of time at Stank Lake. I feel like I've got at least 2 or 3 extra.
That's where the Ensure cans came from.
Yeah. So, extra bonus creepy radioactive man ball to Rich Uncle Skeleton for coming all the way down to Columbus, and his MK Beer Barons won against the Columbus Kodiaks, I believe they were, in their rugby thing. It was my first live rugby
was
match.
It cool?
It was very cool. It was in some recessed drainage pond that was dry or something.
This sounds so legitimate.
Yeah, it was totally legit. The lines were just hand painted on the grass, so they kind of went like this. And
can you repeat the name of Evan, aka Dr. Spider-Man, aka
Rich Uncle
Skeleton's team?
Oh, they're the MK Beer Barons.
The MK,
I think,
Beer Barons.
Because Milwaukee, I think. But
all right, it makes sense.
But yeah,
I forgot he lived in Miami.
They won. It was a cool
Milwaukee.
game. One dude had a horrific injury. They're probably going to have to amputate his foot or something. But apparently he showed up at the bar later.
How's the scoring in that? Is it weird? Is it like tennis where you just go 15, 15, 5, 0, 1? Or?
I know how many goals happened, and I also know they all suck at the extra points afterwards. So you just count the goals.
Okay.
So yeah, it was 4 rugby goals to 2 rugby goals, I think.
Nice.
Yeah. And apparently there's a thing after a rugby game where if you score your first goal or try or whatever the fuck they call it, you run naked through the bar afterwards.
What? That's
pretty so cool. Evan didn't score, so he didn't run naked. But apparently a lot of dudes got their first thing, so there was a lot of bare ass at some bar in Columbus.
That's pretty dang cool.
So,
Ralph loves it. I love it.
Sounds like they're conservationists,
Yeah.
No jersey.
Yeah.
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 My first man ball of the week goes to none other than Alex Crognell of Columbus Cruiser / Orange County FC. I saw that he was featured in a picture of a loss, and I just want to remind people that he exists.
Right. And you liked the picture that talked about his team losing.
I did. I don't know what to do.
Great.
I was excited that he was on the thing. He's a great player. It's probably the fucking highlight of their entire franchise to have
He's a
somebody
handsome
like him
fellow.
on the field.
We can say that. He's a handsome fellow.
Absolutely.
He should be on more photos.
I've told Pam 1,000 times. Don't
you wish
talk
you looked
to me.
more like Alex Cornelli?
No, it has nothing to do with Alex Crognell. I'm just stop talking to me. I don't want. Look at the fork. Yeah. I'll remind you of the threat that exists. Yeah.
Morgan's a 3'4" man. Alex is
man.
a 9'10" man.
Oh.
So
yeah, he's 6'4" man. Yeah. I think he's 6'6" man. That's because it's his height. My second man ball obviously goes to the birthday boy known as Andres Mendoza of Cruisers FC for being the oldest and the best player in franchise history, and that is it. That is segment 1. Alex, how did it go?
Oh my God.
You're already getting your goddamn prediction board ready.
Yeah, dude.
We're 2 segments away from that. I can't believe
God,
you've done
you can
this.
never be too prepared.
He's going to add a lot more detail, I think. He still needs work.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm no Sean Sitar.
You're filling in for an amateur artist, so keep it amateur if you would. If you've enjoyed the shitlordery on segment 1, ladies and gentlemen, I've got some bad news for you. There are 2 segments left in this program. You are making a tragic mistake by listening to ACES Radio.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show. Though we paving the road that's opposed to the dodo. Going over your head like a top hat. Stop that. I know you hear me spitting these hot raps. Now watch that beat, cause it's about to drop. The Rockets is the 09 jump off. Yeah, your last name Pan, first name Peter. I know you see me playing and you want me to teach you, but I stay elevated so that all God's creatures can hear me shout it out like my name is Aretha. Getting RESPECT. Fly by, see the looks on your faces. Cause I'm in full EFFECT. Jet setting on a daily basis. David F. Man, you don't stop. David, don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah. I'm an ace pilot, yeah. I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach, yeah. And to my first class folks, yeah. We'll show you how to scrape the sky. Yeah. As the curvature of the earth takes shape, fly fast forward like a videotape and no cape. Just follow my jet stream, proud in the clouds on the boom in your precinct. I'll have no trampoline, black box in the pocket of my jet jeans. Shine with the stars so bright, even NYC sees me. Get that?
Yeah, baby. Ignorant slush, shitlord, celebrity fans, crew union members, and founders alike, all of which who are probably spending time in federal penitentiary prison for dirty beardery in the city of Montreal. Welcome back. It's ACES Radio, episode 82, and sweet mother of God, if you're hearing the sound of my voice, you have poor taste in podcasts. Brought to you as always by Blood and Urine. My name is Carol Sievert. I'm back here with Drabby Shranfus and Alex Thomas, a.k.a. the Weatherman. Drabby. Yo. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Morgan?
It's well. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you enjoying the fade out from the intro to segment 2?
I'm glad that we're friends.
Back. Is this an endless loop? Can it just be playing really quietly in the background for the entire segment?
55 seconds of loop left.
Okay, so that's a lot of time. That's enough time for Pam to smack you around 2 or 3 times easily.
You can do your thing.
This episode of ACES Radio is brought to you by jokes about domestic violence. Have you ever felt really awkward in talking about 2 people just beating the ever-living crap out of each other? Come listen to ACES Radio today.
I like to think
Back to you, Morgan.
Thanks. What's your name, Drabby? Thanks, Drabby. I like to think of the Austin or the MLS to ATX trolls that kind of like Giant Penis Dog for one of them as an example. When he's like talking about like, oh, this guy talks about his 8-quart penis, like they listen to ACES Radio and they're like, oh, we'll get so much dirt, and then they hear us making jokes about domestic violence and calling each other racist, and then they realize that like we already roast each other so thoroughly that they can't use any of the 3 hours that they listen to as fuel. It must be very upsetting, Drabs.
Yeah, sucks to be you. You just wasted 3 hours of your life, assholes.
That's right. That's what they say. And that as always, is...
That's pretty dang cool.
You know I'm always trying to get hot deals for you. Use code Ralph25, check out 0%. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on segment 2. So, Drabby, if it's all right with you, I wonder if I go ahead and mute channel 2 for the rest of our lines.
What if it's all right with me?
Why
wasn't I not asked?
No one cares
Why
about
was
you.
I not asked?
You're not asked anything.
I don't have a vote?
And that's exactly. I know why you're doing
Well,
this.
I feel like Pam.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. If you would, on segment 2, Bruna Brookshire.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Brookshire. Welcome to ACES Radio.
Thank you.
I'm going to start you off right away with the same question that I ask of all of our celebrity fans, and this is very important because I called you the mystery guest for a reason. Bruna, how would crew fans know you?
They would know me as the soccer mom, the old lady mom, probably standing up behind the stage, cheering all by myself.
Whose mom are you?
Alex Thomas.
I cannot believe you have done this. Gentlemen, this is ridiculous. I would never have signed up for this.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Bruna Bakerchuber. Alex Thomas's mother is here. First mother in ACES radio history, other than Zach Steffen's mom and Karen Crognali.
Yeah, for all 7 of you listening on your iPhone, you can go ahead and stop.
That's right. Silent X. Hashtag we're all mothers. Is that?
You're a mother.
Yeah, we are all mothers.
Hashtag I'm mother to a baby dog. He's 12.
Angel baby?
That's a word on the street. Okay, now, before we... No, let's just stop right here. Let's stop in our tracks.
That's good. Okay, thanks. Segment 3, wrap it up.
No, I don't mean getting... No.
Okay.
I want to talk to you about your name. It is one of the most absurd and confusing white people woman names I've ever seen in my life. Let's talk about it. Okay, your name is Bruna. Let's start with the first name, Bruna. That is not a common name. Not in this country. Not in any country I've ever been to. Talk to us about Bruna as a name.
And Bruna is an Italian name for a female born to Bruno.
What? Is that true?
It's true.
Can we get Dom Tiberi on the line to verify that?
Hashtag meatballs for everyone.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is common in Italian culture, I guess, to name like, even if you have a girl, just to take your name and like put a girl sounding vowel on the end of it.
Yeah,
that's so weird.
A girl-sounding vowel.
Or you know what I mean, like an
it's a technical
instead
term
of a
that Morgan just made up.
I'm a linguist.
That would be the feminine of Bruno.
Yeah.
That's what educated people say. Yes,
it's a crazy name. Have you ever met anyone else in America named Bruna?
I was in a hair salon once, and there were 3 of us there at one time.
Get out of here!
It's true.
Were they working in the salon?
One was working, and 2 were clients.
Wow! Did you guys like have a moment where you're like, I've never met anyone?
Did you never spoke
like
to any
take a
of them.
photo or something?
No, nothing.
I don't believe this. This sounds like a lie.
That's the first I've ever heard of it.
If you didn't speak to them, how did you know what their names were?
Because somebody told me. You're
Bullshit.
the 3rd one in here today.
Oh, did they check your IDs when you get your haircut?
Well, you have to say who you are. I don't go to Great Clips.
Hi.
Boom.
That's it. Good night, everybody. It's over.
Oh, my God. So thoroughly roasted so early in the show. Lovely. Lovely to have you. I won't think twice about messing with you again. The last name, tell me how to pronounce that.
Brundage.
Brundage.
That's simple. That's an easy one.
That's not a simple or easy last name.
Brundage.
Brundage. Bruna Brundage.
Yes.
How many? Okay, so if you get telemarketer calls, out of 100, how many would pronounce your full name correctly?
Maybe I don't know. I don't take telemarketer calls.
Irrelevant.
Too busy for that.
Yeah. Bruna, goddamn it. All right.
She's too busy being awesome and roasting your ass to take phone calls.
I mean, Jesus. No doubt about it. Let's get into the meat of potatoes. I can tell Alex is really excited about this. So, why are you here tonight? I'll answer that question if you wouldn't mind. We were at Alex's 40th birthday party. You remember Alex?
Happy birthday, Alex!
Oh, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. Kisses.
Yeah, hugs.
So I'm sitting there with concubine Mary, and Mary says to me, Morgan, first of all, let me stop you right there. I'm extremely hungover. I don't feel well at all. My mouth feels like sandpaper and poison. It feels like a poisoned rat escaped a rat house and died in my mouth. And also my mouth is sandpaper. Is what you said. And I said, okay, all right, great. But you said Alex's mom, Bruna Bakerchuber, wants to come on ACES Radio. And I said, that's great. Alex is going to be on ACES Radio next week. He's filling in for the white boy. And that's why you're here. Well,
I've been following Alex around my whole life.
And cleaning up after his messes.
Well, just following him around. Probably people would know me best as Alex's mom.
As a creepy stalker.
Alex's mom.
Helicopter parent.
Yeah.
As the woman who shore his locks and...
That was not me.
No.
Yeah, you were kind of upset when he cut his hair off.
I just kept thinking irreversible.
Yeah.
It felt so irreversible.
And was it the suddenness of it? Or just like maybe try cutting half of the things off?
Suddenness? It took like 30 years to cut.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. For those of you who are listening who don't know, Alex had dreadlocks that you started growing in 1992?
Yeah. So I had an 8th grade yearbook photo that was atrocious.
Yeah.
And at that point I said, look, it's this bad. I'm never going to have a photo taken in a yearbook again. And I didn't throughout high school. But at that point, I decided I'm not cutting my hair either. And then fast forward freshman year, My buddy got a couple of Bob Marley CDs. That's the end of the story, dude.
Like, you were on the cutting edge of the suburban dreadlock scene.
It was not by design. So here it is, 1997. I went throughout all of high school without cutting my hair, and I passed out on the couch at a party, and my buddies took my hair, because it was shoulder length at that point, and tied it into knots that I literally could not get out, and so I just decided to leave it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
so there were still those original knots were somewhere.
Oh yeah, totally.
In your head when you cut it all off.
Yes.
You literally cut off part of your history.
Oh, dude, it's probably like a tree ring. You could probably like go back and like date it and be like, oh, here we are, like 1999. This guy should be dead.
Oh, I remember when I lost this piece of gum.
Oh yeah, dude.
Here we are in the Barcelona Olympics part
yeah,
of
Barcelona
Alex's
Olympics.
hair.
Yeah.
Bruna, Alex walked up to you. I will never forget the first day where they cut his hair. He comes here. It was a Thursday. You probably cut it on a Wednesday or maybe not. Who cares? So the first time I sees you, you walk up and I did not know who you were.
It just looked like a stunningly handsome guy.
That is not what I was saying.
Okay.
I'd say
Who's this yuppie
pederast.
fuck?
Yeah, pederast. Who's this pederast on the
Who
patio?
is this pederast?
Yeah,
is what I said
call
to
the
Sitar.
authorities.
He came up to you at a crew game,
At a crew game.
and you didn't know who he was.
He was with Mary and his stepdad, Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, I should have known all of them. The
and
three
what
of
did
them
you
were
think?
together.
You said pederast.
Who's this pederast?
Who is
Yeah.
this pederast?
I said irreversible.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
weird. That's weird. You must love your son a lot if you were worried about that criminal haircut going away. Because people called him a criminal. They said, Who's that pederast?
Wait, no, I thought that was after they
Well,
got
get your story
lot of
straight.
things.
Is it before or after?
Who cares?
Yeah,
Who cares?
No.
So let's get back to you. I want to dive deep inside of you, is what I
Okay.
say to people all the time. And for some reason, it makes them uncomfortable.
How
I don't get it.
comfortable are you right now?
I want to see
Alex?
this. This is going to be great.
So talk to us about where you're from. Now, with a name like Bruna, you'd say, okay, that's a very Italian name. Are you from the old country?
I'm from about 4 blocks that way. I was born and raised in Grandview,
Very nice. We're in Grandview.
Northwest Boulevard.
Oh, wow.
She doesn't want to tell you
Dude,
because you
literally,
want to stalk her.
the place I lived when I was born was on Northwest Boulevard as well.
There you go.
On the corner of Burr and Northwest, right near Goodale.
Oh, the Donatos.
No, Drabby. Take your medicine.
All right.
You're becoming senile. So you grew up, did you go to Grandview High School?
I did.
You're a Bobcat.
I am.
Bobcat for life. So talk to us about the early life. You're a crew fan until you die. You always say to me, you text me, you say, Morgan, you're really great at predicting outcomes of crew games. I want you to know that I love the Columbus Crew. And I said, Bruna, thanks for texting me. We are friends. How did you get into the Columbus Crew? Like, were you a soccer person your whole life, or was it later in life?
It was later in life. Alex was a crew fan probably from maybe 2000.
No, it was 06.
06.
Yeah.
Okay. And so he kept saying to me, Mom, you'd really love soccer. Mom, you'd really love soccer. And I didn't pay any attention to him. And
Like many things in life, I tell her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Why would you ever listen to Alex?
So we owned a restaurant in Italian Village, and through Alex's outreach, the guys would come in, front office would come in, owners would come in,
Neil Sika.
Neil
Andres
Sika would
Mendoza.
come in, all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Tony Ciani maybe signed his contract in the cafe like that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So we have you to thank for the midfield ball.
Yeah, dude.
Let's. Is this building still standing? Because I would like to
No,
burn it down now.
No, it burned
Stop
down.
in the middle of signing
Yeah,
it?
it did burn
It
down.
did burn
Did he just stop in the middle of signing
I'm sorry
it and
that
then
was
walk
a
away
terrible
slowly?
joke in retrospect.
It really did
They're like,
burn
Tony,
down.
you're signing a contract. You have to keep doing that.
No, he flailed about on the ground.
Ah.
Yeah, tried to get a card.
He stopped
Tony,
halfway
Tony.
through his signature because he thought somebody blew a whistle.
That's the best joke.
So, through further outreach,
Yeah.
we started feeding the guys, and we fed them a couple times a week at Obet's or at the stadium. Got to know them well. It was a much more hands-on then.
Yeah.
With the old ownership, they didn't keep everything at an arm's length away. So we got to know them well, and through that, we started going to games, and he was right, and I fell in love with it immediately.
So you're in a unique position at that time where you kind of knew people on the team and people in the front office before you actually became a fan. So when you're going
Absolutely.
to games, you're like, okay, these are the people that I know from Cafe del Mundo.
Yes.
Which means shop of the planet in Peruvian.
It's shop of the old country.
Of the old country. So, like, what was that like? You're like, oh, crap. Did it make you fall in love with the crew faster because those are your friends out there?
Absolutely. I mean, the guys would come in and give you a big hug like you were their mom, but some of them were away from home for Some of them were away from their own country.
Yeah.
So
And young.
very young.
Yeah. I mean, like they're if you're 21, I mean, like you're pretty close to still being a high schooler.
Exactly.
And you got to leave like Senegal. You're probably reaching out at any point to anyone at that point to go like, hey, I need some roots.
Actually, with Tony, there was a time, you guys probably remember, when Bobby Warzio was coaching, and I don't know what happened there. Something happened. Something got off, and Tony was on the bench for a good long time, and nobody knew why. And he would come in for lunch by himself. Team would be, practicing somewhere or out of town. He would come in alone, and I would sit and have lunch with him. So, yeah. So anyway, I fell in love with them that way. And then, of course, when we lost Kirk Urso, that was just kind of horrifying. They all came in that day. I think Alex will say. They all came in that day, the team afterward, and we literally just fed them and fed them and fed them till they said stop. So we've got kind of a real heartfelt attachment. And it was much closer hands-on than it was after the Hunts left.
Yeah, that's boy. I mean, yeah, that's you know what's weird? Anytime I know someone that has had personal interaction with Tony Chani, they tell me the same thing. They're like, we became really close with him.
Yep.
Like he's just a really like. You can get close to Tony Chani if you're like if you care. He's just a genuine, outgoing, like I'll coach your kid for free because I know you, and that's kind of how I live my life kind of guy. I like Tony Chani, except when he's playing soccer.
Except when he's playing.
Yeah, I mean, he was very generous to opponents.
Yeah, that's right.
He was always giving him the ball. Sorry, I can't help it.
Roasted.
Oh, shit. I just got the mom saying my name.
Yeah, Darby.
Oh, that's when you know it's
That's
real. Sorry,
another
Mom.
Darby.
That is enough, Drabs. So here's a question. Here's a word on the street. Let me talk to you about this, Bruna. So, I'm a man about the town. I'm always keeping my ear to the street. I'm always talking to the lads, going, "What is the hotness, fellow kid? I wear my baseball cap backwards. I'm one of you. Tell me what you're thinking." And so everyone in the streets this week has been saying, "Morgan, here's what I want to know. Bruna, how does she have a 40-year-old child when she is so young? And she's like top last in the game. How does it strike you as odd when you look in the mirror and staring back at you is a young woman and you have a 40-year-old disgusting child?"
I'm speechless.
Yeah.
Is that what you say?
Well, dude,
yourself?
I endeavored
so
to be,
horrible.
safe for probably 3 or 4 years. I tried to be like a real, not much of a burden.
Yeah.
Stay out of the way kind of guy.
That's right.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
nice and easy. You'd never know that. You'd never even know there was a kid there.
Did that work out?
Don't ask me.
Talk to us about because the next question. This is a new thing on ACES Radio.
Oh.
I want you to start thinking about this now, Alex. It's called Ask Your Mom Anything.
Oh.
Because everyone's been waiting, because we don't get to talk to our parents very much anymore.
No.
And, now that we're grown-ups, I never talk to my parents. But mostly because I don't care about them and I don't want to.
And also, they don't care about you.
That's a real story.
That's word on the street. So start thinking about what you've always wanted to ask your mom.
Yeah.
Talk to us. This is the most important part. Talk to us about what Alex was like as a son, as growing up.
What is this?
It's
like it says
Hey, I thought you were. I thought
it
you
says
were.
your,
I
not
thought you were
ask
over there
somebody else's
thinking.
mom.
I thought you were over
We
there
are
thinking.
asking your mom
it's
anything.
not.
That's how it works.
Yeah, it's
Listen,
not
I thought
ask
you were-
someone else's mom anything.
You concentrate on number 5.
Okay.
You let me worry about
I'll ponder number 5.
the
You guys do your thing.
non-existent thing between 4 and 5.
All right.
What was Alex like as a son? Talk to us about the really horrible parts.
There are no horrible parts.
Think
Is
about
there a
the
really good
horrible
story that
parts.
he would prefer not to have on a podcast that's distributed worldwide?
No.
What about prostitutes? You ever get into that?
Not that.
What
I
about
don't-
prostituting?
What about prostituting? That's what we call it.
I had no bad
Whoring.
stories about Alex.
What's the funniest story? Like, what's
Yeah.
the silliest thing he ever did as a minor
prostitute
that you can talk about?
I got nothing.
Okay.
This is outrageous, and I demand
Something
to
you
hear.
demand
You know what they say,
The whoring
Morgan.
story.
Let me tell it for all the kids out there.
All right, here we go.
If you're not going to be good,
Yeah,
be good at it.
at whoring.
Whatever you're not going to be.
If you're
going to be,
if no one wants to
if
sleep,
you're
if you're not going to be good,
do it for
be
money.
good at not being good.
If your
Okay.
thing is not a thing, do a thing
Yeah,
and
yeah.
be
Yeah,
good at
just
the thing
be,
that
you know,
you're not
if you're going to
doing.
go do outrageous illegal shit,
Yeah.
Be so good at it that nobody will know
I
that
will
you're doing.
tell you
Here we
that
go.
in his senior year, I probably every third day got a phone call from Dr. I.
Yeah, Andrew I.
Yeah.
That guy sucks.
Why?
Mrs. Thomas, we spotted Alex on the grassy knoll again, smoking.
Yeah, dude.
Like okay.
Grassy knoll.
That's
like,
what they called it.
Yeah.
Legit,
That's
like
what they
verbatim.
called it.
Yeah.
Over
It was
Dublin
this little
Hoffman,
hill,
yeah.
like berm, earthen berm across from the school property. I'm like, I'm not on school property. Fuck you. And I'm over there just smoking cigs
Every
or
third
what
day.
have you.
Okay,
Whatever
Dr.
it is, got
I,
we're
I'll
smoking.
talk to him about it.
Yeah. Bring it all, smoke it, and yeah. I was not a fan of authority or school at that point. I'm actually amazed I graduated high school.
So, like, at what time of day would this have been?
Oh,
that
it
you
would
were
have been
spotted on
about
the grassy
7.
knoll? So, like, was
38
class
in the morning because
session?
by 7:45 I had to be there.
Okay.
And then
so
again
you were
at 10, and then again at noon.
Yeah, I
and
kept
then
it.
again at
I
can't believe they called and like tattled on you. That's
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
it was
like
a police state
off-school
up there.
property.
This
and-
isn't
and
like
off
this isn't
hours.
like Upper Arlington where all the kids are milk toast.
At UA, they really didn't want us to even exist so much that they're like, let's convince them to drop out. Don't talk to their parents about their schooling.
Yeah. So what would you say in response when they called you like every third day? And
Okay, Dr. I, I'll talk to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just sort of blew them off. You're like,
Dude, there was no dealing with me at that point.
There
I'll
was
be
no
self-admitted
dealing with
that
him
like
at that
I was
point,
like
yeah.
I was a ship to sea.
Well,
You weren't going to tell me with it.
What made you think
how
that
are there no good stories?
Yeah, what made you think that it wasn't worth having a conversation with Alex? What was it about his behavior that led you to believe that you couldn't? No,
Dude, I was outrageous at that point.
You were not outrageous.
I had gone off the deep end.
Here we go.
I mean, they could have talked to me about it, but what are
Alex
you going
is
to do?
like,
Like
I was a badass.
Well,
To have the Will Smith album,
He's a sweet boy.
yeah, it was.
No, he was
Summertime. Summertime. Yeah.
Like he said, if you can't be good, be good at it. He had all his buddies fooled. I knew who he was.
All right.
I knew who he was. I knew it was all going to be good.
He was such a
It ended
sweet
up
boy.
mildly okay.
So let me say this. All right. Okay. So I have always felt like, and my mother has confirmed it, that my parents had myself and my two brothers because they thought they were supposed to. Like, it's not that they'd never wanted to be parents. Like, they just like, oh, we're baby boomers and here we are. And like, it's time to have fucking kids, right? I'm glad that they did. And I don't fault them for not being interested in me. Like, I'm glad they did it. I exist because of like their poor choices. And because of that, like, I don't really hang out with my parents. I don't really talk to them. Like, I don't know anything about them. You are different. You still very involved. Like, you know things about Alex. You were at his birthday party. Like, you
probably his wedding.
You spent time with him.
I was at his wedding. I really,
Do you still think of yourself as, because Alex also has a sister that we've never met. Her name is also Bruna. Is that right?
No, it's Georgia.
Georgia, which is also another normal.
It's Italian for Bruna.
It's Italian for state down south. You still kind of are. Was there a transition period to go? Because I worry about this because Pam is probably going to get pregnant at some point, and I don't know
With Pam's child.
Yeah, that's right.
Chris Doran's child.
I don't know when
He's
like,
going to just bust through a condom like nobody's business. Anyway,
Yeah, right. They don't make them that big, Drabs. I worry about like when do you go from like parent to friend, and how quickly can I make that happen? Your thoughts? Because like
better
you're in
wait
friend
till
mode
he's
now.
21. I hope. I know it's a long time. You'll get through it.
What's
You'll
the
blink and it'll be gone.
What's the worst part of parenting? Like the shitty years. When does it start getting easier?
Here's the true story.
Here we go.
So, Alex worked at Stoff's for a long time. Long time, maybe, I don't know. How, Alex, 18?
4 or 5 years.
I mean,
Stoff's
but when did
is-
you start?
It's a coffee shop. Yeah, over on
He
Granby
was a
Avenue.
coffee roaster. How old were you when you started? I don't know.
I was in
maybe
college,
18.
whatever, like
Yeah.
19 something.
And he was that, what you're talking about, like I couldn't figure out how to, like, how do I get him out of bed in the morning to go to class?
Yeah.
You know how they do with the freshmen and the sophomores. Your classes are at 6:15.
Sure.
Yeah. And I would say, get out of bed, like this. And I'm thinking, how am I going to do that? How am I going to get him to come home at night? How's am I going? And I asked a friend of his, actually a supervisor, and I walked in that day frustrated with something Alex had done, and I said, Tommy, and that's all I had to say. And he looked at me and he said, 28. And I said, okay. All I said was Tommy, and he said 28. And that was about it, probably about 28. He was a different man.
What did Tommy know? What did he know that you weren't verbalizing?
I don't know. First of all, he's a guy, so how would I ever know?
Was he the same age as Alex?
No.
He was a lot younger.
No, he was probably...
He's probably 5 or 6 years older than me. He was a great boss, though.
And he'd been through, he'd had kind of a tough go of life, but he knew exactly what...
So he'd been managing people as they transition from, like, boy to man.
Yep.
Which is what I'm hoping to do.
It's called Boys to Men, yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
End of the road.
ABC, BBD.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Weird. So does parenting ever end, I guess, is what my question is.
Absolutely not. You just end up with grandchildren then.
Okay.
That you're also...
Do you have grandchildren yet?
Just one.
Do you want more?
Yes.
Do you wish that some people would become, like, on board with this idea?
Yeah, like wonderful parents.
Yeah.
How's it going over there, Mary? How are things?
That there are people at this table who would be fantastic fathers.
The best.
Yeah. At this
Darby,
table.
you could set the Guinness World Book of Records.
100% with everybody at this table. Like, literally, the collection of men sitting here, I wouldn't trust any of them with a child.
Maybe collectively.
Literally none of us.
Maybe collectively we could avoid not...
Am I right in saying that no one at this table right now has children? And
Correct.
We are all old. Like, no one here
Well, let
is
me
in their
let
20s
you know what
anymore.
else we're doing.
Branson is
We're
old.
out on a Thursday night drinking beer, having fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
Peach, how old are you? 44?
Okay.
You could have just said that. You didn't have to, like, sign language it to me. So Peach is 44. Drabs is 42. I'm
One. You
41. Okay. 41. Soon to be 42, probably any moment. I'm in my late 30s. Alex Thomas just turned 40.
I just cracked a fresh case of...
Rob? 37? What an old piece of
Parts
shit.
of him are older.
Brent's, who cares? A child. He just got his driver's
Yeah, he's
license.
like 12.
Yeah, he's not even
None of
allowed
us
to be
have
in
kids. Do you know what we're doing while the rest of you shitlords are in Dublin fucking cleaning poop at a humans'
trying to
buttholes?
force feed kids yogurt and
We're
stuff?
drinking beer.
Yeah,
and
hanging
talking
out.
about the Columbus Crew.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know what they say about that?
Ain't nobody got time for
That's
that.
Being a
right.
parent.
I thought it was going to be pretty dang cool.
Can you think? Well, that is pretty dang cool. Yeah, have you ever considered what your life would have been like if you didn't have kids? And here's the part. Let me preface this by saying this is the part that I'm going to want Pam to listen to. And here's the part where you talk about what you could have done with your life if you weren't saddled with the responsibility of raising stupid babies. Do you ever think about how great your life would have been?
I say God bless Pam.
That's not. No.
She's a big Pam fan.
And why do you say that? Tell us more about that.
You
We
said
want to
this
hear more
last
about
weekend.
this.
You said a lot of things that were nice to Pam and anti-Morgan.
I never say anything anti-Morgan. I just say good
She
things
implies
about
it.
Pam.
Well, by saying good things about Pam, you're saying bad things about me.
No, God bless Pam.
Because I have like
nice.
a fork thing with her, where it's an implied and existing threat. I'll kill you with it. Is what
I think Mom watched the same video, one of the fundamentals or something, where you were like sitting on the
Oh,
couch.
the waffles.
Oh,
Come
see?
on with the waffles.
Yeah.
I'd have been like out to go get your own waffles.
What are you talking
There's
about?
Waffle Houses open 24 hours.
Girl, that's what I want is my own waffles. I want to
Go
make
get
them. No, she won't let me. She won't
Pam's-
let me buy a fucking
Pam's like,
waffle maker.
Stop, Mark. And you're like, I'll kill you. I'll throw you off the roof right now. I'll throw you off the roof right now.
It took her
Stop.
so long
And then
to
she's like,
realize.
are you recording this?
Wait,
It's like,
have you looked to see if anybody has like bought the waffle maker on the register?
are you guys registered?
We haven't
Where
registered for
are
shit.
you registered?
Well,
Nowhere.
if you're not registered, then go fucking buy a waffle
Darby,
maker.
that's my fucking argument.
Do it. You are a man.
We haven't even sent out invitations yet.
Go buy a waffle maker today, and then the discussion's over.
No, I want her to do it. I want her to want it. That's true.
Do you know what his housewarming gift is?
No, great.
No, a
No, great.
vacation while Pam and Doran
A
break
vacation
in the hot tub.
from Pam and Doran. Moving on. Here's the part that we got. No, don't. I don't want to see it. What is that? Waffle maker on Amazon? Get out of here, Rob. Failing GCG bag sad. Alex, I want to turn it to you because here's
Yes,
the
sir.
part of ACES Radio that it's an established part at this point.
Okay.
Happens every
It's
week.
called, that's right. It's called Ask Your Mom Anything. I
Okay.
didn't upload the intro to this onto my iPad. Drabs. I
That's
should
good
have.
show prep. Well,
Yeah.
done. So
Next
you
week we
created
should.
an intro and then promptly didn't
That's right.
use it.
Here we go. Here's the intro. In 3, 2, 1.
Alert. Alex Thomas has entered the game.
Actually, we have audio from Anthony Precourt right now, what he thinks about this part.
So how about I come over there and go to town on your money and on your ass?
Fantastic. Alex, back to you. Ask your mother anything.
Mom, where was I conceived?
How do I know?
Oh, yeah! Gangster. We don't know? I mean, we're talking like Wyandotte Lake or something?
I know. And not where Alex was conceived.
Yeah. You do?
I know where I was conceived.
What do you mean where?
Virginia Beach.
Where?
Like what city, what state, what address?
However specific you want to be.
Like,
do you want me to give you the address?
Oh,
like,
so
were
was
you
it
on
home?
vacation or anything?
Okay, it was in home. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. It could be like
because I was conceived on vacation.
Okay.
So, like, I know that's
was
a thing.
in Columbus.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that bad?
Well, you tell me. Why is it even a question?
Let's ask your mom anything. It's number 5.
Why don't you ask me something like who's going to win this weekend?
No, we get that
that's
later.
segment 3.
Yeah, come on. That's a good question. Okay, cool.
So,
Columbus.
What other question do you have,
By the way,
Alex?
there are 8 of them. Where was it again?
Neal Avenue?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Victorian Village.
In the middle of the street.
Probably not. Probably not.
That's not a no.
Right.
Probably not. It's not a no.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't expect the word probably. Didn't expect it. Fantastic. Drabs, you know where you're conceived.
Yes.
Tell us.
I wish I didn't, but yes, I was conceived in Virginia Beach. My parents were on vacation, and they had beach sex.
Sweet.
On the beach?
That's my understanding. I mean, my mom's been on the show. You had the chance to ask.
Yeah,
You
That's
missed
true.
it. Yeah.
Your mom kicked off the whole mom on ACES radio thing.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
That's
They're
recipe for a yeast infection, by the
Dragon
way.
Boat Diva.
What, sand?
Brigade.
Oh, yeah, dude. You don't want to do it in, like, dirty places.
Sand dirty now?
Every place is a dirty place if you do it right.
Oh, yeah.
Let me some man.
Fantastic. Awesome. This has been another edition of Ask Your Mom Anything, brought to you by ZZ Boots, Wild Pants, Leather, and Lace. Bruno, let me ask you this. You're one of the top lasses in the game. A lot of people are saying you've raised one incredibly wonderful child, and also Alex. You're friends with Tony Chani. You have the same first letter in both your names, which is the dream. Why ACES Radio? Why come on this trash program and sully your good reputation in front of 17 people that listen to this show? Why do that? And why take Pam's side?
That's for segment
first,
4.
The first part.
Segment 4 is
going after
about
You know goddamn well there's no segment 4. Why ACES Radio?
Save the Crew.
Oh,
is that right?
Yeah.
Is that like a movement? Hashtag or website? You're wearing a
It's
very
all.
nice
It's actually all.
Save the Crew
It's
scarf.
a movement. It's a hashtag. It's
How long did you have to wait for that scarf to arrive in the mail? Probably a long time.
Oh, no. I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe Alex gave it to me.
Oh.
Yeah, I might have bought it for her.
The disappointing one, as you call it.
Yeah.
he's trying to buy your love. Is what you're saying.
I was trying to crawl out of a hole. You know?
Yeah. He's like, I've disappointed you for
I brought this on
47
a-
years
So
now.
here's the Save the Crew
I'm going to buy you
scarf.
a scarf to apologize for all that I did wrong.
Yeah.
Bruna, if you were ever wondering where your scarf was in the delivery process, you should have emailed team@savethecrew.com. And really, like, because it's I bought something, I demand an answer. Get angry, is what I'm saying. Like,
They'll respond quickly.
Yeah,
It's team@savethecrew.com.
That's exactly right, Alex.
If you maybe even have like some questions about where your jersey is and why the hell has it been
definitely.
4 hours,
Even
Where
if you
is
haven't
it?
ordered it yet.
Yeah, when's it getting?
Make sure your caps lock is on.
Yeah.
Is what I always tell people. All right, fantastic. So this is a question we ask every week now since Tony Aces tried to destroy our community. Talk to us about October 16th, the day that the news broke that the crew were possibly being relocated. Where were you? What do you remember? How were you feeling? What was that day like for you?
I was watching the news at 11 o'clock in bed thinking I was going to go to sleep, and this stupid Channel 10 just blurted it out like it's okay to say that on TV. Yeah.
You may be the first person we've heard who found out on television.
Yeah,
incidentally.
I did.
Well,
I did.
It never occurred to me that there would be television coverage of it.
Was not on Twitter until well after this whole thing started. And she and I were talking one day, and she's like, well, how are you getting all this information? I was like, check Twitter out. She's like, I don't know what the hell's going on. She might still not know what the hell's going on with Twitter, but she's on there.
You're not too old for her to smack you.
Oh,
Like,
I
this
know.
is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. But she got, she's
not even smack, just beat the shit.
No, seriously, I got on Twitter. I mean, immediately I was like, I've got to find another way to keep on top of this.
Yeah.
And so I said,
Dude,
and I've been
respect.
trying to figure it out. I just didn't have any motivation for it. And from that day on, I'm like, I got to get this because I got to have it.
So you follow Keith Noss, and basically it's like you go. And
I'm really embarrassed to say I've got you on alert so that when yes,
No, what does that
that.
even mean? You have me on alert. What does that even mean?
And certainly don't tell him.
I'm
Oh my
sorry.
God.
I really am confused. What does that
And
mean?
don't do things like you did today, where you in all caps, by the way, go, yes!
What the? Like anytime I tweet, you get an alert on your
Yes!
phone?
Yeah, dude.
Yes, like all caps,
Yeah.
yes.
And then she'll text me, what's this? Mom.
And
come
when
on.
Alex texts back,
Yeah.
when he texts
That's an
back,
option?
Mom, I know that it's a bad thing.
Wait a minute. Anytime I tweet, you get an alert on your phone?
Yeah.
I know. How awful is that?
That's
That
also
isn't-
what Big Giant Penis Dog has set up, I believe.
Oh, but which, by the way, is blocked from mine.
What
Good
does that
job.
mean?
Well done.
Blocked.
Thank you for
Blocked.
doing that.
He has an
Yes.
alert, what? Every time?
Every time you tweet.
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
What?
Yeah.
I don't have that shit.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I have you blocked. I have you blocked on every account I've made.
Mad
Yeah,
respect,
like you're
man.
blocked on
Mad
Mini
respect.
Tailgate, you're blocked on Paper Guy
Mad respect.
Kamara. Yeah.
Here's what I'd recommend. Do that to Keith Noss, not me. I haven't been to a Save the Crew thing in years. Like I don't even. I'm actually
because
rooting for the crew.
barely
you'll tweet some
involved.
dumb shit,
Like-
and she'll be like, "Oh, this is amazing. What's going on?" I'm like, Mom,
Morgan's like,
it's
is
just
it-
Morgan.
wait,
Like,
talk about
yeah, he
harassing
said too
Pam.
much.
No, seriously.
He said too much
if there's
sugar
a
today.
television opportunity, he's there. Otherwise, we can't find him.
So
He's a
when I
ghost.
tweeted today, like, fuck yes, when they re-signed Higuain, like, you got an alert about that. That's crazy.
Yes, I got, and I was not happy when I mean, I'm thrilled about Higuain. I was not happy that it wasn't the big news.
Okay.
Oh,
Because
yeah. You
like
can't
all
be excited
the
until the
yeses
team's
and
safe.
all that stuff.
Blessed. Hashtag blessed. Man, that's great. So, here's Drabby mentioned it. You're like the first guest we've had that found out on the news, which I imagine that'd be tough.
Suck. Yeah,
Well, it was
because there's
terrible
nothing more.
because they're dispassionate, as they're supposed to be as
Yeah, sure.
journalists. They're very dispassionate. Oh, and Anthony Precourt says he's moving the crew to Austin. Tell us about the weather tomorrow.
Yeah. It's just like a knife in the heart, and you're like, what? Well, wait a minute.
Yeah, I probably texted Alex right away. I don't remember, but
Yeah, but I mean, for somebody who is invested, that maybe is not as hooked in socially or tech savvy, to hear something like that casually on the news would be like, "Whoa, where do you race?
Yeah.
Where do you then go to
What do you
find
do
out more
next?
about it?" Because
And it's late at night.
sure,
You know?
no, it was.
But I
really
will
late
tell you this: I didn't get off the couch the next day. Seriously,
You were-
it was overwhelming.
Oh, I bet.
I just think I was like I don't know how I'm going to deal with this. How do we deal with this?
What was the answer? What did you tell yourself? I mean, like, those are rhetorical questions
I
happening
know, but
inside
I
of your
feel
head.
like I really feel like Darby's not going to like this. So then I came to the rally, and then
Yeah.
you fired everybody up, and then I felt I'm sorry.
Oh, you're talking about
Wait.
me. I was the answer.
Oh,
lovely.
no! You heard
Oh my
all
God,
of
what a
you
treat.
heard all the engaged.
That's right. Yep. Me and only me. Slaughterback.
Morgan was just the transition between the cool people.
That's not
Like,
true.
It was Jenny, and it was
Nobody has ever
like,
called me a transition man.
Nate
yeah.
and T-Bone
I'm a 3-4 man.
And,
I am who they transition to.
what the Wags and Elliot? Like,
Wags and Elliot. They
Yeah.
transition to me as well.
We need to get them on here incidentally. Yeah, those are some cool people.
I got a phone call from Elliot, and he said, Morgan, back to you. Transition to me. And then Wags called, and he said, hello, it's me, Wags. I said, hello,
Which
Wags.
one is the woman?
Neither one of them are.
Okay. Well,
It's
they
not
were
Wags and Elliot
radio
anymore. It's
people.
Torgan Elliot. It's Torgan Wags.
I don't listen to radio.
Torgan Wags?
Who listens?
Radio. I don't know what that is.
Wags is dead, says P. Jones. Oh, to death? Why don't you check in on Untapped somewhere? Have you drank a beer in the last 5 minutes? P. Jones is drinking a natural light in a dumpster.
It is not in a dumpster.
You've
Damn it.
earned the homeless badge. Lovely. So here's the Greg Benson question. This is second to last question. This trash fire is almost over. I appreciate you going through this for us. What does a crew mean to you? If you could summarize it in like all of like the great things you've done and all the friends you've met and You watched your son put a drum on his head and bang that drum
that
while
was
the drum
awesome.
was on his head, which is a bad idea, kids. Don't do that. That's how you damage your hearing. You think about all these memories, all these years. What does that mean to you?
I will say that when it's January and it's a really shitty day and it's 20 degrees out and everything's looking like hell, and you think about July, maybe the 15th or the 18th, and it's 75, 80 degrees out and you're drinking a beer and watching the game and you're with friends. I don't know. How do we replace that? I don't know how we replace it.
We don't.
No, I don't know.
I love that answer.
I love that answer.
That is fantastic. It gets us through literally the darkest days.
I love that answer.
Shittiest. That's fantastic.
And to every Crew fan, I think every Crew fan knows exactly what you mean. Yeah, sure, it's circumstance. It's they designed the league to not be played when there's shitty weather, but it's right in our heart that the weather sucks when the Crew isn't around. Like that everything's dead. And there's a layer of frozen water on everything that can't be warmed up until they come back. Like there's something about the existence of this team that means life is back.
Yeah, you don't even
like
see the pitch. It's covered up by a tarp.
That's
you don't
right.
know what the mow pattern is. You don't see the green. It's it's encapsulated.
Yeah.
And then you get to July, like she's talking about, and sun's going down, twilight. It's one of those super long days that feels like it's longer than it should be, and you're just there hanging out with all the people you love.
Yeah, life is back.
And I might add, you have a vision of the skyline too, right? In
Oh,
our
downtown
site.
skyline.
Yeah,
Shocking.
downtown Columbus.
Yeah.
We can
Maybe
see
you can
it from where I stand usually.
And from the parking lot where
Yeah.
you drink a beer beforehand and hang out with your
Yeah.
friends.
Is it blocked by a discount tire outlet store?
No, and you can actually drive there. You don't have to take a mass transit.
There are
or
roads
anything.
to this location?
You can take your own car.
Currently?
Oh my! It's like a highway right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Outrageous. That's a great answer. I thought Ryan Roberts' answer was the best until today. You've eclipsed that
There
fuck
really
boy.
are times Alex and I will say to each other on those dark and gloomy days, you can do this. It'll be July and we'll be having a beer and watching the game.
I think it to myself every one of those days. I mean, it's something that I think that I never even thought about. Like, of course I say that to myself. Today sucks, but we'll be at the stadium soon.
Yeah. 20 days till the guys get back.
Yeah.
20 days till, 30 days until.
It's funny, all my friends that aren't Crew fans or aren't soccer fans, they'll be like, man, soccer season is so long, the off season's like a blink of an eye. I'm like, are you serious? It's the longest part of my year.
Yeah.
Like that feels like a lifetime.
Well, what was it? 2 seasons ago. The odd thing is,
yeah, December 5th to like February 1st.
No. It was, and I talked. The weird thing is, I talked to Mom about it at the very beginning of the season. It wasn't last season; it was the season prior. Where I said, "Mom, this is the worst case scenario, but hear me out. If we don't make the playoffs, our last home game is like October 3rd.
Yeah,
and then given the time off, we will have almost spent 5 to 6 months away from seeing them in action." She's like, "Well, don't think like that.
Yeah,
we'll make the playoffs." True enough, we didn't make the playoffs, and dude, it was like 6 months.
That was the
games.
longest
It was
off
atrocious.
season ever.
2013,
It was horrendous.
Well,
It was really bad.
2016.
And then you have the flip side of the
16,
things
yeah.
where sometimes the final game's on the 12th, and the season starts back up March 3. I mean, you're looking at like a little over 2 months. So.
and then traditionally there's a long break before our next home game because they traditionally wouldn't give us 5 home games in
They
March.
wouldn't front load, every weekend in March to be a home game.
Yeah, no, I love that answer, man. It's not just home; it's like your life coming back.
I could feel it. I could feel it, smell it, hear it. Like,
Yeah,
no, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, last question. Then we're going to get you out of here, or you can stick around for segment 3 if you want. Alex is really.
I think
we want to know
she's got
more
something to
about
go do.
Alex as a child. I'd love to hear more stories.
Yeah.
Love that. What did he do to the family dog that made him not able to come to Thanksgiving dinner?
Dog bit me one time. Mom and Dad were upstairs
why
sleeping,
did
and
the dog bite you?
he was
What
sleeping,
were
and I
you
think I kind of
putting
like
in it?
jumped on him,
Right.
and then he like bit my.
What did
my
you put
head.
peanut butter on?
Yeah,
What did
he
you
came
put
after me, so I
inside
went
of the
upstairs
dog?
and I woke Mom up. Mom, she's like, "What?" I'm like, "The dog made." She's like, "No, she didn't." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, he did," because he was a super nice dog. But yeah, sure enough, he got after me.
Frisky bit me.
His name is Max.
Oh, Max. I knew it was
He was
something.
a good dog.
I knew it was
Like
a word.
the dog in The Grinch Who Stole Christmas?
He was a basset hound. I don't know if that's the Grinch.
But I mean, was that the origin of the name?
No.
I don't know why we named him Max. I don't know.
Because that was his name.
Here's the other weird thing. We had birds growing up. Thinking back, like we had parakeets and like big cages of birds. I remember that. Those, yeah.
Oh, those are chickens.
That's a
Those are
duck.
definitely
duck.
ducks. Yeah.
What?
That was the most confused look.
Hashtag season 1 jokes. Fantastic. Here's the last question, Bruna. How can AGS attack be stopped?
What is an AGS? He's a.
I mean, that is the best response ever, actually.
That's a great,
What
that's
is
a
an
great
AGS?
question. Here, I actually have a song by him.
Yeah, here, listen to these tracks.
That's pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're the best team in MLS. Pretty dang cool. When you're the best team in MLS.
Save the crew or die trying. Save the crew
Oh, man.
or die trying. Save the
This guy.
Yeah, he makes these songs. What do you think?
I think that's probably worth like a buffet of 2-week-old fish.
A buffet of 2-week-old fish. So food poisoning, I guess.
Alex, I need you to interpret that. What was
Mom is going to hold him down.
Okay.
No, first, she'll probably take it.
First, she's going to make a buffet.
Of
Well, no.
2-week-old fish.
Yeah.
Well, you
Well,
make
at some
the
point, the
buffet
fish will be fresh.
and let it sit there for
Right.
2 weeks. Or,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah. So do you lay out 2-week-old fish, or do you lay out fresh fish and let it sit for 2 weeks?
I don't have time for that.
Okay.
2-week-old fish.
Okay, so straight to the rotten fish. She's going to make a buffet of the rotten fish. And
Yeah.
what, are you going to lure him in or just force him in?
We will have the buffet of fish, and it will be open to no one for 2 weeks.
Right.
It will and then, after the 2 weeks has eclipsed, come on in, AGS Attack.
Are you forcing him in or encouraging him to come in?
Oh, no, I'd encourage him.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole trap. There's a whole trap.
And then once he's in, slam the door?
Okay.
Like, on the outside, there's a banner that says, like, rap auditions in front of, like, Columbia
Yeah,
Records.
yeah. Good rappers come in.
Yeah. Good rappers, record contracts are inside.
Yeah.
Before you rap, and this is the smaller print, but they can still read it. It says, before you rap,
Pre-rap buffet.
pre-rap food,
Sushi buffet.
sushi, but what they don't know, and this is still writing, but what they don't know is that they're going to die, and it's just
2-week-old
it's getting
fish.
smaller. It's getting
Okay,
smaller,
all right.
but it's just AGS tag. And at this point, he can't read it.
So you sit him at the table and then what?
He's
Haha,
just
have
gonna
this
die.
plate of fish and he eats it and dies? Oh, okay. Well,
How do we
actually,
get him to eat
incidentally-
it? Because it's very clearly going to be spoiled and disgusting fish.
It doesn't matter. I can actually say with authority, Shane Paulson tonight is eating sushi that was manufactured in North Carolina. So I guarantee that sushi is 2 weeks old by the time he eats it. So people will literally do this. You don't even have to work at it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. They just like, oh, it's sushi. It must be good.
This is
it doesn't
gonna be a
matter. It came
long
from a
death.
gas station a month ago.
yeah, gastric death.
This is going to be a long and uncomfortable death. And
That's
therefore,
what you want,
Well, those are his
right?
songs, long and
Absolutely.
uncomfortable.
That's what you want.
Yeah, that's what the songs do to us, so it's only
There
fair.
you go. That's what you're looking
and therefore,
for.
it's the best answer to AGS Attack death question of all time. Everyone's like, oh, like get a bunch of dogs and they'll like maul him to death.
Put meat on him.
Yeah, everyone comes up with like a quick death that doesn't take a lot of planning. Like no one's like 2 weeks before we kill him, we're gonna cook a bunch of fucking fish. All right.
And then we're going to poison him. It's going to take
Yeah.
another 2 weeks for him to die.
Think about this. Think about the restaurant we have to open. And all the banners we have to make.
Yeah.
And
With the
steal.
small print, yeah.
Oh my god. The small print's gonna be the worst, Alex. And it's like, you're definitely gonna want to eat this fish.
Yeah, rap battle.
In order to rap.
Rap artist buffet.
Fish is like the #1 rap food. We'll get Kanye West there. He'll be drunk.
Dragon energy, baby.
If you've enjoyed the shitlordery on segment 2, my God, what is wrong with you? I can't believe you've done this. Big thanks to Bruna Buck. It's like a sneeze, except with the letter B in front of it.
Oh, one more thing.
What's that, Alex?
She's a big fan of licorice cookies.
Oh, yeah?
We know a guy, if you ever need a connection.
Shout out to Karen Krognow. She's
Oh,
a producer of ACES
Her,
Radio.
Karen, is it her grandpa?
Yeah, Henry Krognale.
Alex's grandpa brought them what, pizzelles?
Yeah, it's actually
Morgan's
Karen's
not a fan.
father-in-law. No, I am a fan.
No,
I
you
all
hate
of
them.
Well, I think the concept is absurd. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. I grew up in Grandview, Alex. Not like you silver spooners in Dublin. God damn it. Panzera's Pizza on Grandview and 3rd, I believe. It's delicious. Right across from Grandview Cafe. And there's a fish store next door, but now it's a restaurant.
2 week old fish.
That's right. That's how we're going to get AGS Attack dead. We're going to trick him into eating licorice cookies that are covered in fish. If you've enjoyed Fish Death on segment 2, I've got some great news for you. We're coming back on segment 3. Your hot takes and more. Big thanks to Bruna, and you are listening to ACES Radio.
Hot, sicker than your average. Down like goose and I'm fly like Maverick. With a savage attack in a mouth like a mash. Spitting fuego, homie. It ain't tricking if it's magic illusions. Indubitably juvenile. My crew can do it and we do it well. Rock around the clock all across the nation. Got a lot of sky miles and a reputation of making earthquakes every time we land. Cause stopping in an option or a part of the plan. Fools get to fuming while I'm running on jet fuel. Now pay close attention cause I'm ready to let you know what I'm all about, child. I got that sound that you come to love. And I'ma stay fly till the day I die. Spitting fresh to death from above. Get it, David F. Man. You don't stop. David. You don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain. Yeah. I'm an ace pilot. Yeah. I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach. Yeah. And to my first class folks. Yeah. We'll show you how to scrape the sky.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant slut, shitlord, celebrity fans, parents of members of this panel, and John Glenn alike. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, you are making a tragic mistake. You're a fool. You're listening on your iPhone. Your name is Bruna, which is definitely normal. Like, your mom was so outraged that I thought Bruna was a weird name.
It is weird.
I'm like Bruna. She's like,
think
what?
it's weird.
It's a name. It's a fucking Italian name,
I think
bitch.
it's weird, though. I do agree. But my grandpa's name's Bruno.
Okay.
She didn't explain that.
No, she did. It doesn't matter.
She
It's
said
still
it's the
weird.
feminine form of, yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's a feminine name of
what I
another
think is-
name. That's fine.
What
It's
I
still
think is
weird.
awesome about it is you're like, oh, so you like add like a female vowel after it. And this is all coming from like a dude named Morgan.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so that's
You don't need a
consider
you
the
don't need a
source.
female sounding vowel to make Morgan sound like a woman.
Let me point out that like Morgan was literally never a girl's name until like fucking Morgan.
Until you were
Fairchild.
born?
Yes. Like yes. Then that is when it started
Until
being
the
a girl's
first
name.
female
Yeah,
was assigned that name.
It's the old Welsh name word Morcant. It means dweller by the sea.
Like Morcant? Like
Morcant. I don't know. It's a
Dweller
it's
by
a-
the sea?
No,
Dweller
there's,
by the
there's
sea.
too many vowels for that to be Welsh.
Who
You're full of shit.
took, like Kyle?
It should be
and-
like what a little bit better.
like crab man? Like you live by the sea?
Crab people. Hello to all of you watching on Periscope. I remind you, as always, that this is a Buffalo Bills podcast only, especially on days like tonight, where the draft is happening and the Buffalo Bills are about to trade up and get into spot number like 15 or 2. All I know is that the Cleveland Browns drafted a Buckeye
Yes, sir.
for like the
They've already
first time
picked
ever.
twice.
They
They're
got-
so bad
with
that
the number
they've
4
already
pick.
picked 2 times.
They got Baker Mayfield, who beat the Buckeyes, and they got Stanley Jackson, who is a quarterback for the Buckeyes, and now is the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. That's right. Hello, Cleveland.
I think it was Pepper Johnson.
Pepper Johnson,
Yeah.
Tim Bianca-Batuka, Butler Bynote.
Oh, fuck that guy.
That's right. Keith Byers has sat out an entire season. Welcome back. It's ACES Radio. We're about to get into the hot takes, but first, Alex Thomas, I believe you have an announcement for us.
Yeah. I got one quick question.
That's not an announcement.
Kind of an aside, though.
Okay.
I'm interested about this. I mean,
Here we
it's
go.
slightly relevant.
Yeah.
You're a big ANC Buckeyes fan.
I ride and I roll.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And then you're also, I mean, some would argue a celebrity fan.
I've heard a lot of people talking about that.
of the aforementioned ANC Buckeyes?
Yes.
Has he reached
Yes.
celebrity
not,
fan
not
status
as
there?
large of a
Yes.
celebrity fan as Buckeye guy.
No.
And I'm sure everybody's
Oh,
seen
here
this
we
whole
go.
deal with him
Wow.
signing that thing for
Yeah.
Earl Bruce. What's your take on that? I think that's a shit move.
I think that he, a lot of people seem to not like him. I think that he's cringeworthy. I think that the bald white guy is also cringeworthy, whatever his name is.
Yeah. It's not Neutron Man. He's dead.
This was going to be my point. Taking away the whole part of like Buckeye guy signing something that was for like a family that was grieving a loss,
Like clearly legible.
And also showing up in costume.
Why was he
Right.
even there?
So I will remind everyone of Neutron Man in the era before
Celebrity
internet
fandom like became a
outrage
deal.
and celebrity fandom. we thought that those kind of people were like quaint and like, you know, like, oh, this is a very unique thing to Ohio State fandom. And I realized that these guys do things that like, oh, you know, a friend of a friend of a friend saw a Buckeye guy pass out at 31 Flavors last night. I guess it's pretty serious.
Baskin Robbins?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just like,
that's how the old people referred to it as 31 flavors.
31 flavors.
but I'll remind you that
Back
like
in my day, there was only 17.
Buckeye guy and fucking, you know, fat white Big Nut, I believe is his name. Those are real
I thought that was
humans,
you.
and they may suck, and they may like, you may not like how they handle their shit, but like, dude, come on, like, come on. These are guys that are just like, you know, like football fans, and
yes,
but who also charge for their own autographs.
So don't get them. Like, don't get their autographs. And, like, I've never hung out with Buckeye Guy, and I don't want to be friends with Big Nut because, like, I find them to be cringeworthy.
Well, you have an acorn penis, so hanging out with a guy named Big Nut.
It's aggressive. Like, I don't like it. I don't want those two things ever touching.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. That's what I think. I don't know. Back to you, Darby.
So you're just like, they're assholes, but oh well. There's a lot of assholes.
I was in varsity club years
of them.
ago, years and years ago, and Buckeye Guy, his street name was Chubbs.
Yeah.
He's a ticket scalper. He came through the bar on a scooter one day, like on a Vespa. Like both doors were open. It was summer, and just.
Are you
like,
talking about the black guy?
Yeah, here comes Chubbs. Like drove through the side entrance, through the bar, out the front door.
Wait,
on
so
a scooter.
the big white guy is not named Chubbs?
No. Well, maybe he is as well.
I just think that's outrageous. Like, if either one of them was going to be nicknamed Chubbs, it should be that fat, like the ball. I'm sorry. The
Buckeye guy's like quite slim.
I'm doing a terrible job of not tearing these guys apart. Yeah. I just think Big Nut should be called Chubbs. Is that his real name, like legal?
No, I doubt.
Oh,
who?
it's Brunda. It's like a
it's Brundito.
Yeah,
which means like it's like a burrito,
It's a
but it's a
feminine
fatter
version of
chub.
Chubbs.
Yes, yeah, it's a feminine chub.
Chubbs.
Like I see you have a Brundito.
That's right.
You're excited to see me.
Lovely. Love that little aside there, Alex. That's why you get paid the big bucks. The broadcast school is really paid off. Drabby, Shranfus, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge that is big nuts and Buckeye guys?
I'm just so lost. I don't even know.
That's right, Drabby. They say when you've been conceived on the beach in Virginia Beach.
Sorry, Mom.
Virginia. There's only one thing that can cure you, and it's probably like a whole shitload of antibiotics.
Nothing is impossible. Make your dreams come true.
And now, an ACES Radio exclusive. The battle for the grand prize. Hot takes from the massive.
And you're not going to stop there. We got the grand prize.
Hot takes from Twitter.
He's heating up.
Hot takes
He's on fire.
from you.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, Walter. Walter, you are dead. Walter, don't do this.
I love how you're just creating a wall of sound so there's no opportunity for anything to happen.
Call me the producer of Let It Be, because I'm creating a wall of sound that nothing good can ever get through. I don't know what that
By the way, Morgan, do you know your origin story? Do you know your how you were conceived?
I do.
Do you?
I
do. You
do.
want to share that with the
Save
audience?
it for when his mom's on the show. Dude.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
she's
a
probably
spoiler.
Okay. Yeah, good point.
She's probably going to deny it, so I may as well tell it now and just see if she says the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that the teaser?
So there was a Hughes family reunion.
Okay.
Oh, my
wait
God.
a second. All right, that's good. That's
all right, that's it. I am getting the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear any more of your Welsh inbred bullshit.
So there was a Hughes family reunion.
I think you're looking for dueling banjos.
No, I don't have that. I don't have that. So there was a Hughes family reunion, right? And one of my like shithead relatives at the time worked for like a shitty booze distributor. So one of the the things they distributed was peach schnapps. And
Schmore schnapps.
They showed up at this and it wasn't just like a family reunion, like, oh, everyone's wearing like cocktail dresses and like suits. It was like a fuckload of Hugheses were at a campground that wasn't even a campground and just like sleeping on the ground,
a field,
getting drunk. Yes, in a field. And one of them shows up with like a truck full of peach schnapps, and just everyone gets ass wasted.
This was literally an episode of South Park. Did they start a civil war?
They did not.
Okay.
But my parents ended up boning each other. And my mom got pregnant. And to this day, the only time I've ever had peach schnapps, and this is science, you ready for this? The only time I've ever had peach schnapps, I vomited my balls off.
Really? So it got passed on through the DNA for you to be disgusted with peach
my
schnapps.
parents were full of intoxicating peach schnapps when they conceived me. And I don't know. The science
it makes a lot. This is
checks
starting to
out.
make a lot of sense.
Checks out.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
You're a fruity dude, and you're kind of like
so
missing
many
some things.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wait, what was
You
the
have
first
a-
part?
You're a fruity dude.
I don't agree with that.
And you have like
fetal alcohol
you've got like a
syndrome.
misplaced genitals, like
Outrageous.
halfway up your body.
Yeah. Maybe that's.
I mean, we're putting it together here.
Before we go to the subreddit known as the Massive Lads, I wonder if I could, Alex Thomas, go ahead and read the overall standings
Please.
of the hot take battle.
This
for
is
the,
why people listen.
For the peach knobs. Yeah. In first place, new first place this week, Greeley Bad Ideas with 9 entire points, followed by ACES Stefan in second, former first placeman with 6 points. Third place, a tie between Spikehead Lyndon B, moving the fuck on, and Aces Archives, all with 4 points. Top Lad Dave and
How was that again?
Bob check in sixth place with 3 points each. Kind of a gaggle fuck in eighth, all with 2 points. The Ralph Shudell Show, Gregulator 420, Hi Darbs, It's Kellyanne, My Cousin Sucks, He Certainly Does, A Logjam, Pam Soapy Butt, Vicious Bike, When Aces Radio Was Good, and Basketball Emoji. All tied for 8th place with 2 points apiece. The real celebrity fan gaggle fuck is as follows. Pick-a-picked Pickled Peppers, Aces Radio Tiger Beat 96, Darling Thief, Spikehead Ladybird, Eric Bobbitt, and Love and Varziha, Skeets McTaz, Darby's Fan Club, Dan Cordemanch, Ron T, and DH Goat. All tied with 1 point in 17th place. Bringing up the rear this week, Alex, and getting the bulk. In 28th place with negative 1 point, Bob O'Shaughnessy. Bob O'Shaughnessy.
Of the C-Bus?
That's right. He loves that. If you're a realtor, text Bob O'Shaughnessy at 614-BOB.
At Seville.
And just say,
say
coming to the C-Bus.
Yeah, that a house on Morse Road is definitely Clintonville, which is a part of C-Bus.
Hot property north of Morse Road in the heart of Clintonville.
Yeah.
That's right.
East of 71,
Bob's
north
Bar.
of Morse Road.
Within walking distance of Clintonville's
They
finest
call it
bar.
East Clintonville in
Bob's
C-Bus.
Bar. Yeah, that's right. We move now to the subreddit known as the Massive Lads, where I remind you, as always, these hot takes are organized automatically by their level of fiery fucking hotness. Our opening hot take comes to us tonight from none other than user CDK_AEGIR with 10 points. Quote, I support the crew in South Dakota, so sometimes I fall out of the loop on what's going on. So for the longest time, with all the jokes, I thought ACES was a legit Buffalo Bills podcast, so I ignored it. Fast forward to the season, when Neil and Dwight's Sunday night radio show was apparently canceled, and I'm struggling to get my paws on any and all hot crew takes that I can. I decided to give ACES a look, and guys, 8 weeks into the season, I gotta tell you, I wish it really were a Buffalo Bills podcast. Hashtag saving the crew in South Dakota. End quote. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alex Thomas, your thoughts?
That's not inaccurate.
Yeah. I mean, to all of the, I don't know how many people are watching on Periscope. I'm assuming tens of thousands. We are a Buffalo Bills podcast.
It's a fair assessment.
We hate Scott Norwood. We hate the Cowboys.
Where are these guys from?
Well, definitely.
Where are they from? South Dakota?
South Dakota.
South Dakota, yeah. Mad props to the Lone Star State.
That's what they call it.
Home of the famous national monument, the Grand Canyon.
That's right.
Largest city is
Duluth?
Duluth, yeah.
Yeah.
Great place to go.
The state that never sleeps.
Yeah, the Big Sky State.
That's Big Sky State.
Yeah. You guys remember when North Dakota, this is legitimate, wanted to change their name to just Dakota? Because they figured dropping the North off of Dakota would get more people to go there as tourists.
We're the legit Dakota, and the South are
it's
the
not
modifier.
cold and nothing to do, Dakota. Yeah.
I mean, it's like they're the imposters.
Yeah.
It's like Arlington and Upper Arlington. Like, Arlington is the only real Arlington.
Yeah, where are you from, Morgan?
There's
Arlington
no such
or Upper
thing as
Arlington?
Arlington.
There has to be, because if there's an
Yeah,
Upper Arlington, there's got to be an
I believe
Arlington.
that's what, what's it called? What's the fucking Marble Cliff? I believe that's what Marble Cliff was originally called. Was Arlington. And so the rough lads that outlawed black people literally living in their area, the founders of Upper Arlington called it Upper Arlington. That's real. And that was on the books until like 1956.
Really?
Yes.
Mandatory wear was boat shoes?
Yeah, unless they were servants, they could live on your property, but they
my
had to live
God.
in a shack. Really? I mean, like, it was literally on the fucking books in the 50s in Upper Arlington.
does
And
not
that's
surprise
science.
me. Yeah.
Or UA. Moving on from user Big Whiskey Ed with 7 points, quote, what a week it's been to follow hashtag Save the Crew developments. My optimism about STC continues to rise. And much like Michael Bradley's penalty kick, there is no hint in sight of it crashing back to Earth anytime soon. End quote.
Roasted.
Drabby Shranfus, your thoughts?
Well done, Dave. That is quality work right there.
Does the shitlord known as Dave Edinger show up in the hot takes thread often? Because I don't ever remember
this
reading
is a
his stuff.
pretty rare appearance. Congratulations.
No, I wouldn't recommend ever doing it again.
I mean,
stick to the fucking humans
thing
and
is,
ignore
he's
that
gonna
crap.
He's going to be busy moving forward.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a teaser?
Here we go.
It is a little bit. Breaking news.
Oh,
if you email...
Hold on. Don't talk about this. We interrupt this regularly scheduled Buffalo Bills podcast for this bit of breaking news. We go now live to the continuing champion, Morgan Hughes, who is on scene and in first place by a long shot. And we go to him now. Thanks, Eric. I'd like to turn it over to Drabby Shranfus.
Yeah, thank you. Whoever the fuck you are. some rando guy
Call me
who
Eric,
thinks
please.
Yeah, whatever. You know what? Keep your bedroom talk out of the podcast. If you email shop@savethecrew.com to ask about your jersey orders,
yeah, do that.
You will get an authentic, 100% ambitious response from an Edinger of your choice. Yes.
Is this shop in all capital?
Yeah, you have to alternate uppercase and lowercase.
Okay, capital S,
like the
lower H.
SpongeBob.
Yeah. You don't know.
Yeah, that. And if you do that, then you'll get an Edinger. And depending upon which order you do the uppercase and lowercase, you might get Dave or Olivia.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Ain't nobody got time for
R.I.P. your inbox, Dave.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Moving on, lads. From user segment 3 bot with 7 points, quote, pick one, story, list, song, or product. Insert joke about John's genitals. Insert joke about Drabby's age. Insert joke about Morgan, topics vary. Insert Dorn's penis into Pam. Insert whatever you want into Josephi's mom. Hashtag. End quote. And that was a serious hot take. Alex Thomas, your
I
thoughts?
kind of like that one.
Insert whatever you want into Josephine's mom.
Well, there's
First
nothing
blood
new
point
about
goes
that.
to
It's
that.
just the first time it's been publicly stated.
Don't care.
Yeah.
That's getting a blood
That's
point.
why you fucking pay the $4, dude.
Is what?
Yeah.
What are you paying $4?
$4? You're getting ripped off. What the hell?
Yeah.
It's $1.
Yeah,
With inflation,
maybe
it's
it
$1.
was the I didn't have enough coupons. I don't know.
He approaches the baby.
What?
He approaches the.
Is it?
He approaches the baby gangster.
Moving on from user ACES Archive with 3 points, quote, hey, brah. Heard you guys came for that tight-ass belt for that foot golf thing. Me and 17 of my boys at the Ohio State University's chapter of Kalpha Rho Upsilon.
Wait, Kalpha?
What did I say?
What the fuck?
Kappa Rho Upsilon. This is only the second time I've read this.
Kalpha? Like a baby cow?
Totes outplayed you dorks and claimed it rightfully as ours. Next time you bring that weak stuff, you should prob consider some hashtag beer culture pre-gaming. Couldn't hurt. You'd fare better doing that than bringing that incredibly racist Hollywood showboat. Like totally, yeah. By the way, did you guys find him at a nearby prison colony or something? Dude couldn't stop shitting all over New Zealand. Also, tell that other dude to put on some pants. Not everyone in Kappa Rho Upsilon frat could cope with that tiny, yet perfectly formed genitalia. Later's your favorite OSU bra. P.S. Someone find Derek Hughes' mom. He's wandering around the foot golf course all day looking for his unloving and shamefully neglectful parents. Hashtag long and fiery hot take. Hashtag crew 1 Red Bull 0. Hashtag Kappa Rho Upsilon plays for keeps. Hashtag throwback Thursday. End quote. Everyone hates any mention of Derek Hughes.
You missed a word in there.
What did I?
P.S. Someone find Derek Hughes' mom, Morgan.
Oh, were they? They were like, Morgan, find the mom.
No, it was like
I think they were
Morgan
like,
is the
or
woman.
Morgan,
is
get out
the
there.
mom.
Morgan, get
Morgan's
out there,
the
find that
mom.
mom. You got a mom. You
That's
got a
what he
responsibility.
said.
You get out there and you find that fucking mom. Alex Thomas, your thoughts?
I haven't heard about Derek in like a long time. This is like we're approaching like children's services phone call.
There definitely needs to be a well-being check.
When's the last time that fucking kid's been nourished by either love or
Educated.
food? Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he's gonna grow up thinking.
What, he's just like wandering like feral, like
he's not
on this
gonna know
like,
what ducks are.
foot golf course, looking for his mother, Morgan.
Bitch.
Moving the fuck on.
Derek needs to suckle your teeth, dude.
You son of a bitch.
From user Dave Greeley, or
Just
user
don't hit the acorn
okay.
penis by mistake.
Yeah,
that will get you in trouble.
Scoot the penis out of the way, suckle the teeth.
I feel like we need a reset.
I'm Alex Stanek. I'm intolerable. Everybody go listen to Aces Radio instead. It's going to be awesome.
Thanks, Alex. Great to have you back. Moving on. From user Greeley Bad Ideas with 1 point, quote, Dave Rave Greeley finishes packing his suitcase, preparing for a trip to Columbus in May. Deep voice. Someone's going on the fly. Normal. Man, there's nothing like flying through the air at 100 miles per hour. I'm important. Let's see. What should I pack? High school senior t-shirt? Check. Never changed, Dave. LOL. I was hilarious. I even told someone that I signed their crack. Can you imagine writing words the marker near their smelly butthole? Ick. Conference champion t-shirt? OMG, everyone loves those. Check. Toothbrush? Nah. It might get dirty. No way I will forget to pick up a new one and will have to walk around with shit breath. Checks weight of bag. 58 pounds? I'll just go for it. No way they will make me pay extra. And if they do, thanks, Columbutts. Goes to his quasi-urban street corner at the Domain. Time to hail a cab. Hope one comes soon. Late. Runs to ticket counter. Yells, I'm president of Austin, and I need to pay cash for a ticket immediately. Gets too long security line at Austin Airport. Fork me in the pierogi. Gets his time to drop that bomb scare and get a few of those plebes out of my way. Hey, officer, this guy in front of me stinks. I think he made his bottom burp, if you know what I mean. Also, he has a bomb. End quote.
That's pretty dang cool.
Drabby? Trappist.
I do enjoy these. I have to say.
Fuck this! Like that's a cliffhanger. Like I want to know what happens the rest of the story.
Are you kidding me with the conference championship T-shirt? That is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That is fantastic.
Pam's parents got me one of those for Christmas
and you're
last
like,
year.
why? This is the worst thing. It's the worst gift you can give somebody.
We brought it home and I threw it in a bag that we keep like to donate. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I don't give a fuck that we won the goddamn Big Ten championship.
Thanks for the runner-up trophy.
Yeah.
Don't look a gift horse than that.
2014 Big Ten champions. Gonna wear that shirt all the time. Just fucking Dave Greeley. First of all, what is the most recent Michigan Conference Championship that Dave Greeley could have a T-shirt for?
Softball. Maybe.
And not other sports, just football. 2000.
They don't play football. Haven't you noticed?
2003?
Quick question.
Yeah, Alex Thomas, back to you.
Michigan had their spring game, football, canceled because of weather. And I'm not sure if this is a real quote or not, but reporter asked Jim Harbaugh, the fans are disappointed that, what about the fans wanting to go to this game today because it got canceled because of weather? And Jim Harbaugh said, now this is my question, it's recorded. I've been a coach here for 3 years, so they're pretty used to disappointment. Fatality. Is that true? Did he say that?
Holy balls.
I think I saw that as well. Is that real? Did he own himself?
I think he did.
That's badass.
I mean, but what if you can spell, if you can walk around, if you can chew gum while you move, that you suck if you're Jim Harbaugh.
Yes.
You're shirtless, your goddamn khakis are up to your
he's
nipples.
Transparent white.
Yeah. He's like, who on the roster wants to throw a football with me?
Not only that, can I come to your house and sleep in your bedroom with you when I'm trying to recruit
I'm on the
you
recruiting trail. I'm a real man. I sleep on the couch of my victims. I mean, my prospects. That was Jim Harbaugh. That was a Michigan coach. He's a dangerous pederast. That's why it's fine. Yeah.
I don't know how he comes back from that. Oh, probably by being captain comeback.
1 point to myself. Moving on from user definitely not Pam with 1 point. Quote, Morgan, I just wanted to let you know that your acorn-sized penis is perfect for me, only because of my very serious case of vaginismus. No, vaginismus.
Is that like the Christmas of vagina?
Vagismus. Don't
put it in your Google search history, Alex.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
don't let John and his huge elephant trunk-like member make you think otherwise. What? Also, Darby is old. Hashtag
what?
Let me smash. Hashtag little buddy. Hashtag tiny gina. Hashtag yellow soap. End quote.
Oh, there's a lot going on there, dude.
Drabby Shrimpus, your thoughts? That's definitely not Pam, by the way.
I don't know when John became huge elephant trunk-like.
That's
small but perfectly
fake
formed.
news.
If you want to go back.
How about new?
Then again, I mean,
Pam's not very smart. So
That's true.
Yeah.
John Sitar
And compared
has
to
talked
you,
into the microphone.
he is elephantine in his girth.
Don't use words around me that I don't know what they mean. Like
Well,
around.
okay, I'll simplify
and
it.
you.
Hashtag little buddy.
Hashtag little buddy.
Yeah.
Go ahead and write that on your whiteboard now, Morgan.
Yeah, I won't do that.
Mr. Poopy Pants.
Moving on from user, I'm sorry, Miss Paxson, with score hidden quote, I am for real, end quote. Alex Thomas, your thoughts?
No. I'm busy looking up. What do you tell me? Vaginitis?
It's like vaginismus.
Vaginismus?
Look up vagina, delete the A, and then put the end of like Christmas on the end.
Normally, I'm deleting the D.
What great instructions?
Ismus?
What great instructions?
Yeah.
Shit Lord.
Okay.
Well done.
Moving on from user Ron T with 2 points, quote, so I think MLS should take their high-paid stars and release their own version.
Breaking news.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, Ron T. We have to... don't talk over this. We interrupt this regularly scheduled Ron T. hot take. For a bit of breaking news, we go now live to the continuing champion who's in first place and will never be caught, who is the only person who's ever won the competition and is really great at everything. And also, like, babies love him, and kids just instinctively flock to him. He doesn't sweat out of his armpits. And back to you, Alex.
All right, guys. Vaginismus?
If you've got a definition, there should be a pronunciation.
Medical. This is via www, the World Wide Web.
Okay.
Darby.
I'm familiar.
It's
yeah.
computer.
Yeah.
You go there.
http://
This is the place where you can get information. It's called the World Wide Web. Yeah. Medicalnewstoday.com.
Oh, reliable source, definitely. Okay.
It's a website. Vaginismus, sometimes called vaginism, is a condition that affects a woman's ability to engage in vaginal penetration, including sexual intercourse, manual penetration, insertion of tampons, menstrual cups, and the penetration involved in gynecological examinations.
No! So
they're accusing Morgan of...
She can't put things in her hoo-ha.
Right.
Okay.
It's in the hoo-ha abilities.
Right. And so the hot take was saying his acorn penis is cool because she has a tiny wee-wo.
Oh.
Yeah. Fake news, not MP3.
Okay,
Moving
thanks,
on.
guys. Sorry.
From user Ron T with 2 points, quote, so I think MLS should take... Thank you for looking that up. That was great.
Yeah.
That was great. Fax machine was far away. I'm surprised you got in that time.
I used the internet.
So I think MLS should take their high-paid stars and release their own version of ACES Radio. They already have the employees needed to perfectly fit it. Michael Bradley takes the place of Morgan Hughes. They are both 3-4 men and more of a basketball person. They are both paid way more than their actual worth and have a disposition to underperform when others are depending on them. Kai Kamara takes the place of John Sitar. I like this. This is good. This is good. Both are journeyman amateur types, and both will eventually have one crowning moment with the Columbus Crew, after which their asshole attitude will cause the community to turn on them and hate them. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Zlatan Abrahamchikomov, don't mess with Zlatan, by the way, takes the place of Drabby Shranfus. Both are aged well past their prime and brought in after much fanfare to replace an underperforming foreigner with a strange accent. Oh, my God. Both started with a bang and promise of greatness that they will never live up to as they age into oblivion. Justin Merriman takes the place of the random guest. Both struggle with the English language. Both only show up 1/3 of the time, and even when they do show up, they feel like they aren't really trying. God damn. That's very accurate, though. Justin Merriman sucks soccer. See, perfect. Please send my royalty check soon. I'm trying to buy some hashtag MLS to ATX swag from a black market dealer named Greg behind the Steak and Shake on Sawmill. End quote. Alex Thomas, your thoughts?
That's eerily accurate. I almost think that that could have been penned from inside this room.
A lot of people are saying that I'm the greatest thing to ever come to this podcast, and I'm changing the game.
Where are you getting that from? That take? That's outrageous.
All the thing.
No, it said it right in there.
Dude,
no one is saying that.
Dude, like
the
line
soccer
17
boners
said,
that happened when Zohan joined the Galaxy.
Even Rob, RP Gardner from the failing GCG bag knows that you're trash. See he's shaking his head. He's like, nope.
Yep.
He's saying nope.
Guess who's getting a blood point today?
Not you.
Well, no, that's not how this works, but thanks.
You can only not give yourself man balls. I think you can give yourself a blood point. I think so.
I've tried not to in the past.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's right. Yeah.
Let me smash.
Don't do it to yourself. That's disgusting. Nobody wants to see that. Moving on from user Columbus Lad with 1 point. It's karaoke, goddammit. Sung to the tune of, here we go, it's 2 Tickets to Paradise. All right, this is what I did last week.
You literally asked for this.
Yes, I sure did.
Yeah.
All right, let's, okay. This is going to be great. I mean, it's going to roast Pam, so this should be good. I've got a surprise especially for you. I was looking at the video of that.
Side by side.
Something that both of us have always wanted to do. You've waited so long. Waited so long for this hot take to end. Waited so... I'm a 3-4 man. A 3-4 man. I'm gonna take myself on a trip so far from here. I've got a small acorn in my pocket, now Pammy gonna disappear. You've waited so long. You've waited so long. You've waited so long for it to get to the chorus. Waited so long. Here we go. Drums, please. I've got 2 tickets between Pam's thighs. Won't you pack your dicks? You'll fill her tonight? Oh my God. That's so disgusting. 2 tickets between Pam's thighs. Oh, 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 oh. You'll fill her tonight was the only thing that came to you? Don't make that a sex thing about what I just said. Won't you pack your dicks? It's so lazy.
Does one person have multiple dicks?
And then there's just like a repeat. Actually, they linked the video in the comments. Fantastic. Drabby Shrenfist, your thoughts?
I have thoughts. Not about this, but I have thoughts.
Fantastic. Moving on. From user Gregulator420 with 1 point. This is a long one, Jesus. Quote, "G'day, mates. Remember me? I was listening to last week's terrible podcast and decided to offer my services with a new segment called Ask a Real Australian. I figured you shitlords need some help coming up with the same questions, some questions. So here are a few to get things lubed up. Calm down, Sitar." But he's not here. Question 1. Is that a knife? Answer, crikey, our most popular question for an Australian. I ask you back, can you fuck a dingo with it? If you can, then it's not a knife, unless it's a special dingo fucking knife. And then those can only be used on a dingo that ate my baby. Now, that's a knife. Question 2. Tell me the story behind the Lady Juliana? Answer. In the 1700s, during Drabby's midlife crisis, the English... I like this one. Actually, this one's going well. The English Parliament discovered how well it worked sending over the lesser desired citizens of England to Australia, and that they should find a way to sustain the population. So they had the brilliant idea of sending over female convicts on ships, like the Lady Juliana, to start little convict families so dingoes could eat their babies. Well, since they knew conditions would be harsh in Australia, they decided the best way to prepare for them and their new home was to, rape and violate.
What the fuck?
Women on... No. Look it up, boys and girls, because it's true. Go Sydney Wanderers FC. Well, if it's history... I don't feel like I should read it, but, if it's history, go on Wikipedia.
Were the ladies convicts?
There was pillaging.
Alex, doesn't matter.
There were
How
things
dare you.
associated with pillaging.
Yeah, there was some stuff that happened on that ship. Maybe go to Wikipedia and look it up.
Place.
That's right. He continues.
Go ahead. Make for a great hot take, however.
No, it certainly doesn't. Go ahead and send me some new questions for next week's Ace Holes. You can find me on Reddit at Gregler420, and if you're at Handock's Pub, you're probably sitting on my chair, and now you know because of my heritage is why I shit on children's chests. And remember, I'm watching you. Hashtag Australian splaining. End quote.
I don't know, dude.
Alex, I did a really, really bad job of reading that.
Yeah, but still.
To be fair.
It takes more than an accent to make rape funny.
It made me really uncomfortable.
I'm not quite getting the gist of it.
Well, tune into this week's great big giant penis dog's Twitter feed to figure
sounds
out
like that
why
might
everyone
be
should
what
be
we're
offended.
getting out of that. Yeah. What?
Moving on from user a logjam with 1 point, quote, me, the standings. End quote.
I think that's an arrow, maybe? Like
I don't think
log jam is going down the standings.
Drabber Shrampus, your thoughts?
That was my thoughts. Like, I'm not sure what the third eye was, but or maybe me is on top of the standings, above the standings.
Please don't.
Don't talk over
Don't talk
what?
over
I'm
this,
sorry.
please.
I've got a sound in my ear. I think it's like the Ralph Shudell intro.
Please don't talk over this. This is the interlude. This is what this.
Oh,
is
this
called.
is the part that we don't talk over. I thought it was
No one
the other part that
when
we don't
you hear
talk
this
over.
song. To avoid any
are you sure that this
future
is-
No, you guys-
confusion, you don't talk when this song.
Alex.
Hold on.
Here we go.
Yeah,
All right,
okay.
this is the
No.
no.
Yeah, no,
This is-
Alex.
I would-
Alex,
no,
Alex
it
needs
doesn't
to talk.
matter.
Alex has a very
Hold
good.
on, let's
Alex,
start this
I would
off.
like to recognize you. Would you? Go
I
ahead
just
and
like to
Thank you, Darby.
recognize the truth.
That
and
song
is
is the song. That's like the anthem that the Columbus
Please don't.
Eagles, their league. That's
No,
their
here we go.
like. You know how like MLS has their song
It's
when
like
they come
their
out.
amp-up song?
You know, the kids come out on the
nice.
field. That's the women's league song when they come out.
I like
when
it.
the referee has
They
the
have
ball.
to come out pretty fast.
It's like that.
That's what she said.
That's pretty dang cool.
Moving on from user, 3-4 man with 0 points. Quote, Hola, mapaches and aceholes alike. I, like Morgan, would like to set the record straight. You see, both she and I have been getting a lot of flack about this whole saga of being 3-4 man. People are legitimately confused about our inherent love for aceholes, topping lads, and our abnormally large obsession with Chris Dorn's giant meaty cock. Please allow me to elucidate. First of all, we are both huge fans of bears. We cannot wait for them to come on top of everyone and really make a giant mess of things. That's right. We both hope that the Chicago Bears are going to have an outstanding draft this evening and replicate everything that Dick Butkus put on tape. Though she doth protest too much about Seattle, Miss Hughes loves everything about the Sounders, the sound, and really anything sounding in general. Hashtag don't Google sounding while at work. We also both love seeing the best player in franchise history, Andres Mendoza, juggle some balls. One should never forget to play with the balls, and boy, what a sight it is to see Mendoza toying with emotions as he deftly touches those balls to everyone's delight. Doing so certainly helps pay for a crippling cocaine addiction. Finally, and certainly not the least, is the fact that Morgan loves providing a needy tip to wanting aceholes everywhere. The tips, which generally feature the plight of having an acorn attached near one's stomach, mostly come in the format of a video plus blog, which one can only assume has the correct portmanteau of blidio. Is that word?
Portmanteau.
Portmanteau. Once Morgan puts their acorn tip out into the world, it's certain to find its way into an acehole or two. Doubly so if those aceholes have been washed without spurting out soap. Now that we have corrected the confusion, can we please stop the lies about Morgan and not fucking dudes? Hashtag not a 3-4 man. Hashtag digging 3-4 poop. Hashtag Sounders sound.
You son of a bitch.
End quote.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
Alex Thomas, your thoughts?
It's Columbus, man. It's okay.
I'm a 3-4 man.
Yeah, dude, whatever you want to do.
Don't say whatever you want to do.
Whatever, Morgan. We're here for you, man.
You know what I want to do.
Wow, that's the problem. But it's okay. It's Columbus.
I'm a 3-4 man.
I understand. You can say that all
What are
you want.
you alluding to?
Nothing,
This
sir.
is outrageous. Drabby
No,
Shrimpus.
it's fine.
Your
It's
thoughts
Columbus.
about how I would.
I mean,
never
like,
get
that
for
was
food.
the longest hot take waiting for a punchline at
Yeah.
the very
Well,
fucking end.
That's right.
Yeah, somebody's waiting for a punchline.
Cool.
God damn it. Moving on from user Darling Thief, what a good lad he is with 0 points.
That's a nice guy.
Fittingly and deservingly so. Quote, Moshi Moshi. Somehow I've let
It's
this...
called Mushi Mushi.
Quote, Mushi Mushi.
There you go.
I keep saying hashtag instead of quote, which is understandable
Oh,
as I'm a
God,
3-4 man, and everyone knows that.
So, mushy mushy?
Mushy Mushi.
So it's more moo than
Yeah, more moo.
Quote, Moshi Moshi. Somehow...
God damn it.
No, is
Mushi
that wrong?
Mushi.
Oh, okay. From Darling Thief with no points because they're bad at everything. Quote,
Meow,
Moshi
meow.
Moshi. Somehow I've let the garbage podcast seep into my non-crew related social life. Earlier this week, myself and some other great lads were at our usual spot for bar trivia. The host, oddly not Latin for panel, started a question with also known as a girl's name. Without second thought, I wrote Morgan on the answer slip. Thankfully, a teammate corrected me before I turned it in and embarrassed myself even further. By the way, the correct answer was Molly, so you can pretty much assume what the rest of the question was. Drugs. Also, during this round of trivia, the topic of the Persian War came up. I'm hoping we can hear one of Drabby's stories of a hashtag mini tailgate during this epic time in history. Wow, my God! Oh, my fucking God! Hashtag parallel paths to blood points. Hashtag Darbs. Hashtag find someone who loves you the way Morgan loves Darby is old jokes. End quote. Old man Schnarfus, your thoughts?
Oh, see, like I that hashtag really sells it for me. That's going on the list. Yes, during the Persian War, we all stood at the edge of Stank Lake and we held our swords aloft and we said, "This is mini tailgate."
Nice.
And then you kicked a guy into a very shallow puddle of water.
Right.
And he was like, "That was inconvenient."
He's like, "Oh,
but only slightly."
Unfortunate.
Moving on from user fake Dave Greeley with 0 points. Quote, I Greeley want Sean Sitar dead. Hashtag I Greeley suck at hot takes. Hashtag Snock Mafia. Hashtag P.S. Darby is so old that at his age, getting a little action means you don't need to take any fiber today. End quote. Oh my fucking God. Darby Schnarfus, you've been so roasted. Your thoughts on it?
No, getting a little action means that I took my little blue pill today. Come on. I don't need fiber. I just shit constantly at my age. Like, it just flows out like a river into Stank Lake.
That's why they call you...
Mr. Poopy Pants.
Moving on. From user Xenor with 0 points, quote, all aboard the Dos Iguaines train, end quote. Yeah, I think it's very likely. Alex Thomas, your thoughts?
I got a story now that, Mom's out of here.
Yeah.
She texted me, like, sent me a screenshot of you saying big if true.
Yeah.
About that. And I was like,
God damn it.
I was like, Mom, fucking seriously.
It's not happening.
No, not only that, like, okay, just look at the sources. Like, yeah, I know you're holding new to, like, the...
Yeah, it's like a quote tweet of me and Chris Maki.
Yes.
It's like she forwarded an email
she, like,
to
thought
you.
that it was, like, a real thing.
That's a great point,
She's like,
Drabby.
if you don't send this to 10 people, you're going to get bad luck. Like, and also, Bill Gates is going to send you $1,000.
Yeah, so, no, that was, yeah.
Moving on from user basketball emoji with 0 points, quote, Donald P. Belisario must have seen the latest ZZ Boots Wildman's Leather and Lace podcast rankings, which saw the basketball emoji radio break into the top 15 Buffalo Braves podcasts within the 270 outer belt. Jesus Christ. That was one sentence. With my rousing success in the podcast game, he requested to produce a sitcom with me. The emoji pyre grows. Since I own a mountain of debt to this show, I decided to let you review my pitch. Please let me know if you would binge watch this. Hanging with Mr. Basketball Emoji. Basketball Emoji is down on his luck after being removed as the primary voting procedure in America. Oh, man, that sucks. In order to get by... He moves in with two polar opposites in need of a third roommate to afford rent in their urban core mansion with a bar in the front room. Roommate number one is Drabbert Grampus.
And Morgan has been broken.
Roommate number one is Drabbert Scampus, a crusty old coot who gets by on his Social Security check because he is old enough to qualify. And with his Social Security number of 000-00-0001, he actually receives a check. Roommate number two is a young hotshot Franklin D, played by newcomer Spikehead Fish.
Here, let me help it. Franklin D is a narwhal who is shot to the top of the supporter arch despite the efforts of his greedy boss, Gravid Dealey.
Oh my God.
Basketball emoji joins forces with Franklin D to take down Gravid Dealey and restore balance to the supporter arch. Hilarity ensues as basketball emoji and Franklin D navigate, keeping Drabbert alive, upping the lads, and respecting Gravid Dealey's ambition.
I'll take over.
You want to hop back in? Okay.
Brock Lesnar and Gangsta Crew Baby have already expressed interest in guest starring roles. If ratings start to drop, I already have an idea to bring in a wacky neighbor. Chaz lives next door by himself. He has a bit of an odor problem. That's not true. He has a bit of an odor problem due to his paste eating addiction. Despite all that, the kid's got nothing but love for him. Hashtag ain't anybody got Dom Tiberi's number? Hashtag Chaz comes in to jump the shark. Hashtag the events depicted in this production are fictitious. Hashtag any similarity to any person living or dead is merely coincidental. Hashtag sorry this was so long, John, but at least you didn't get roasted. End quote. You know what? Fuck yeah. Drabby Shranfus, your thoughts?
I mean, I would watch this show. I would 100% watch it.
I mean, at first, Alex, I thought they were doing like a Hanging with Mr. Cooper thing.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering like which one.
It's a little more Three's
Company. Yeah, well, I was wondering about that. But yeah,
for all you kids out there.
But Mr. Roper would be you. But like now, Mr. Roper, you is actually one of the like roommates. So,
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make it fresh. If you're going to do a reboot, you got to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Where the kisses are old and old and old, Drabby lives at this apartment. That's how this song
how the song goes.
The kisses are so old, is what they would say.
Boom.
Moving on.
Roasted.
From user AGS Attack with -6 points, quote, me this morning staring at my computer. Oh man, where should I begin with this hot taking today? Darby Barfus or Schnarfus or whatever it is in my head, you shouldn't. Me, being the merciful man that I am. Okay, end quote. Alex Thomas, your thoughts as I play him off.
That's something a nice young man would do.
Follow up from user Columbus Lab with 2 points. Quote: you're the fucking worst, AGS Attack. Oh my god!
Except they said at AGS Attack instead of AGS
this isn't
Attack.
Twitter.
Yeah, that was nice.
Got to use a.
We should applaud him for being nice.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get the celebration drop.
No, we would never do that. Okay. It turns out that Columbus Lab is actually 100% Karen Crognell because only Karen Crognell hates AGS Attack.
Her name is Columbus Lad?
Yeah, that's her username.
Okay, cool. She's coming with the heat then.
You're goddamn right she is.
Okay.
Moving on from user Too Fast Too Dingus with the last hot take of the night with -1 points. Quote, I'll throw my free MLS to ATX hat that I got from the Yard House into the ring. I'll keep this song short because I'm worried Drabby might die before it's over.
Thank you. Whatever the reason is, thank you.
I'm very old. I call it Jossie's goal to the turn of Jesse's girl.
To the turn of?
Turn. Yep, that's
to
what
the
it
turnip?
Yeah. When does this start? I'm
Should
not from the 80s.
Yeah, pull ones with lyrics.
Jossie is a player. I know he was a good for a time. But lately something's changed that ain't hard to define. Jossie needs to score a goal, and we need it to be fire. 'Cause he's looking for some hair dye. And we're gonna save this team, I just know it. Yeah, he's washing his butt so late at night. You know, I wish that I made Jossie score. I wish I could make Jossie score. But can I find a tapping like that? What's this? What's this version all about? You hear this? What a shitty karaoke.
This is AGS Attack. I'm like 90% sure this is just his karaoke track.
Oh, and what a nice Too Fast Too Dingus. They've linked the thing as well.
Yeah, link to like lyric videos so that Morgan knows where he should be in the song.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
And when he figures out how to put windows side by side, then he can read the hot take and see where
Alert.
the song is.
Darby Schnarfus has entered the game.
Darby Schnarfus, your thoughts?
You're terrible at karaoke.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Last hot take of the night. We have blood points to give away. Drabby Shranfus, the 40-year-old man-child who's wrong about everything he thinks, and all of the things that he thinks are stupid, and I'm a 3-4 man. You should respect that. Your blood points go to the following users, my friend.
Yeah, this was a rough. There's a lot of very worthy competitors today. As much as I appreciate being compared to the league's latest erection, Ron T. Like you get honorable mention, but I'm going with Darling Thief with the best hashtag so far in the history of
What was
hot
that?
takes. That was the find someone who loves you the way Morgan loves Darby's old jokes. That was 100% on point, and I love everything about
Everyone, I'd like to take 5 points away from Darling Thief.
Yeah, that's not how this works.
All right, your second blood point.
Second blood point goes to Segment 3 Bot for 100% cracking the code on how hot takes work.
God
this
damn it, the
season.
secret is out. Segment 3 Bot gets a blood point. Welcome to the gaggle fuck. Alex Thomas, your points go to the following users.
I got 2 of them.
What do you cleaning out your one hitter there? What's going on?
Yeah, I wish I was. My first blood point's going to hashtag basketball emoji.
Absolutely.
That's
I don't
pretty
know why
baller, dude.
You put a hashtag in there, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's great.
All right.
Second one?
Yeah.
AGS Attack.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fuck that, you guys. He was a nice young man. His aunt and I are really proud of how he's grown up so far. He's a nice guy.
I can't believe you've done this.
He's a nice guy.
My first blood point obviously goes to
goldfish.
Hashtag basketball emoji. Apparently, we were putting a hashtag before that. What was the second one? Was that
really bad ideas?
Really bad ideas was good. That was good. What was the best part of that one? The conference championship T-shirt. Is that one?
Yeah.
That's good. But you know what?
No.
Columbus lad. 2 tickets between Pam's thighs. I mean, I gave it to you last week. You're the only lad that ran with it. I gotta respect you. I mean,
ran with it first, perhaps.
Maybe there were deleted ones, Strabs. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying, once somebody puts the song up, you can't put another song up. You don't have to be good. You just have to be first.
Let me just go ahead
your
and say
sex
that
life.
you can. If you, excuse me, I've been drinking beer all night.
Wow.
You can absolutely do that. You can absolutely do that. Like if it's what was the whole thing? It was like, I've waited so long. Pack your dicks. That was it. That was the part that was disappointing to me. You're still getting a blood point.
Yeah.
Pack your dicks.
Well, it was like the hot takes a week or two ago where it was like that rambling haiku, but none of it rhymed.
Oh, you're talking about John Zidar's running check-ins on Twitter? It's been another edition for the battle for the grand prize. Yeah.
And you already know, so let your head nod throughout the outro. Now as the curtains close and it's time to go, will the beast almost out like a manifesto? So let's make a toast to all the friends and fam, the folks involved since we started the jam, and to a world.
It's a very long outro, John.
Well,
shouldn't talk over it. This is a very bad John impression.
Yes, I can.
I'm sleeping. Fuck off, Travis. Moving on, we have score predictions to update, lads. Last week, we had a double celebrity guest score prediction. First one was from Julie Jackson, who is a weak woman who can't even make sandwiches. She's so weak and also can't read. And she said that, and that was the thing that she said, and everyone agreed. Julie said the score was going to be a 2-1 Cruisers FC victory. My sweet Lord Guillermo in heaven, it was a 2-2 tie. The guest and Julie get 0 of anything, and they suck. Brian Levin, a.k.a. you can't stay here, Brian Levin. You said it was going to be a 1-1 tie. My God, that was not true at all. It was a 2-2 tie. The guests get 5 points, and may God have mercy on their souls. John Zidar, a.k.a. the Wet Boy, a.k.a. the absentee amateur artist who's going to see X-Men 3 tonight, which is why he's not here.
Yeah.
Fucker. He's at
it's called like
3 X-Men 3.
Finite War?
It's called X-Men 3 The X-ening.
Yeah.
It's
called X-Men 3, I haven't seen enough the first 2 times.
The Cyclopsing.
Cyclopsing?
Yeah, because this one's about
one eye.
He's
like
X-Men 3. Is Wolverine, and then Patrick Stewart, and then now it's Cyclops.
Is this a Star Wars reference?
513. Yeah, that's right. Sean Sitar, the Wet Boy, he said it was going to be a 2-2 tie. No, you said 1-1 tie. That was not true. It was a 2-2 tie. You get 5 points. May God have mercy on your soul. Drabby Shranfus, a.k.a. the 40-year-old man-child, a.k.a. the second placeman, who will literally never get to first place.
If you keep copying me.
You said it was going to be a 2-2 tie, and while that was very, very close to not happening, a lot of times it was almost not that.
A lot of people are saying for literally half the game that was the best prediction.
So many times that it almost wasn't, though.
If you listen to Dwight Burgess, he said no.
That's right, I did listen to Dwight Burgess.
But you know who did say yes?
Hashtag
the scoreboard.
Seek of the truth. It was a 2-2 tie. You get 15 points. May God have mercy on your soul. Continuing champion. I mean, potatoes of Aces Radio. Morgan Hughes, you said it was going to be a 2-2 tie, and you are the greatest at this. You're the greatest at this. Because you get 15 points. May God have mercy on your soul. Moving on to the overall standings. Wait for it, Alex. How dare you? In fourth place. With 5 points, up from 0, Andy Stanky, Yvonne Siegel, and Solana Max, a.k.a. The Guess. John Zidar. 15 points. In second place, a very distant second place, unlikely to ever catch first place.
If you don't quit copying me.
So distant, in fact, that it's almost not even worth talking about the places below first, and it's almost not even worth investing, your emotional energy to remember how many people are even in this. Drabby Shranfus, 40-year-old man-child, 35 points. In first place. A distant first. almost the same amount of distance as it is from like the sun to Earth, which has to be far because otherwise Earth would explode.
Yeah.
From too much sun. Like you look at Mercury, and it's completely exploded from too much sun.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's like being in first place in this competition.
It's called science, Morgan.
In first place. Number 1 champion, Hansi Boy. He's a character from Growing Pains, which was a show that had the guy from Cheers on it. He was also on Titanic.
By the way, when you wonder tomorrow why this podcast lasted 3 fucking hours. Yeah.
You're thinking of hanging with Mr. Cooper in first place, in a very distant first place.
Carol Saver.
Guy who's really great at stuff.
Coach Carol Saver.
Morgan Hughes, 100,000 points. Yeah, that's right. Max. Travis Shranfus, very distant second. Morgan Hughes, 40 points. Only 5 points away from Drabby, but it feels like more.
Pick up your fucking board and write a score
That's right.
now.
My
so
name
don't copy my ass.
is Solana Max.
In fact,
I will quote myself. That Columbus Blue Jackets will win the Stanley Cup 2017 or 2018. I'm Solana Max. I have a prostitute wife family in China because I travel there for work. Yeah, that's right. I'm cheating on my wife. My name is Solana Max. I have a family in China.
We're at 2 hours and 40 minutes right now, people.
God, Solana Max, that's disgusting. I can't believe you would say that. Yeah. Moving on. Rivalry week, lads. Columbus Cruisers FC taking on San Jose Smurfquakes from the greater San Jose area, I believe. We go now to Alex Thomas with the weather report. Alex, tell us about the weather. I'm going to pick up my board because, I'm a 3-4 man. Right. Got to get my predictions.
Write
in.
a score on that.
That's right.
Right now.
Shut up, Drabby. How dare you? It's going to be windy, Alex. Back to you.
Hey, what's up, boys? Morgan, so good to be here.
The live weather. This is a rare
live
treat.
weather, guys. For all the listeners out there, thanks so much for sticking around with us.
Wait, can you hold on a second?
Yeah.
And now, an ACES radio exclusive.
Right.
We want it now! The Weather Report with Uncle Sportsman himself.
If I wasn't Jamaican,
Alex Thomas.
then why would I wear this hat?
It's gonna rain!
Morgan, so good to be here.
Back to you, Alex.
Hey, man. Guys, I wish I had better news. This weekend's not going to be like as amazing as it potentially could be when looking at the calendar. Here we are, 4th week in April, almost May. I feel like we've been like robbed of a whole month of spring. But it's one good thing. It's not going to rain, but it's not going to be warm either. Like, we're talking the high for the day is going to be 50. So by game time, it should be in the mid-40s. Winds out of the north-northwest at like 10 miles an hour. Yet again, cloudy, cool. Wear a coat, bring gloves.
What was the wind going to be?
Up the lads. It's going to be windy, man. But it's going to be coming over the stage towards the Sudeck. So your banners should be all right.
What's the weather going to be like in
That's
Cincinnati?
not true at all. Like the ones up top are going to be...
Ones up top are going to get torn up. It's looking like 13 miles an hour sustained. So that's what we're dealing with. And I mean, I looked at the extended forecast, looking past the Seattle game to the Philly game, which is on May 9th, Wednesday.
Like a year from now?
Yeah.
You have an impressive forecast, Alex.
Well, the temperature climbs before that and dips back down again. So, here we are. Probably half of our home games have been had, or we're approaching it, and we've been left without a really nice day for a game, weather-wise. But we'll be out in the lot, drinking beer, hanging out with our friends. Everything's going to be good. Get after it. Get after the beer. Get after the fun. Volunteer if you can for the Save the Crew movement. And that's about all I got.
Oh my God, that was the worst fucking segment I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
Jesus
it's pretty dismal, man. At this point, I'm like worn out of just reporting like shitty,
no
gray,
idea
windy.
what you said the weather was going to be, and I don't care anymore. And I just want to die.
It'll be notable when I can come here and say it's going to be fucking gorgeous. But this is not one of those days.
Lovely. Moving on. Cruisers FC taking on the San Jose Smurfquakes. # rivalry week presented by Heineken. Alex Thomas, you'll be there.
Yeah.
Apparently there will be weather. No one remembers it because that part was so bad. Your thoughts on the upcoming match, my friend?
San Jose's not fantastic. No. They're second to last in the West. They're traveling here. This pattern of us like peppering the goal over and over and over and over and over and hitting the crossbar. it's got to break at some point. So I feel pretty good about this week.
One would think.
I really do. I have a good feeling about it. I think we're going to bust out.
In what way?
Oh, is this the time where we break? I haven't been here for this.
No, we're not predicting. I'm just,
Okay. We're going to continue our cohesion. Maybe some more dynamism. Get after it.
All right. We got a guest on the microphone on channel 2. Brent Miller, welcome back to the show. It's been a couple weeks since you've been here. Apparently, everyone hates you. Welcome back. Your thoughts on the upcoming match, my friend?
Before I give my thoughts on the upcoming match, I want to go back and set the record straight from a few weeks ago.
All right, you're a 1-2 man.
People are saying that.
It's not how this works.
But a few weeks ago, you reported my score incorrectly.
I'm known to be, that's
the
par
guest
for the
should have
course.
had more points than what. I'm gonna take the blame
Danielle's
for that because
gonna
I
have to
did
check
lean
into
away
that.
from the microphone. That's my fault.
What are you talking
But
about? If
you
I would
still
have
got the score incorrect.
Dude, if I would have said stuff that wasn't true about score predicting, Danielle would have been all over my ballsack. Drabby, confirm or deny.
Yeah, no, she absolutely. She's on top of things. We will have her do
maybe a ball was
VAR.
dropped there.
Yeah.
and go back
get
and
on that.
review.
Let me
So
know
Alex
about
is drawing the box for those of
Yellow
you
card.
who are listening rather than watching.
Okay.
So
we need
VAR
a review.
Will confirm.
That's probably not necessary.
All right.
We should just give us the
Entire
points.
Castle family.
Whoa, wait a second. So hold on.
We're
He's proposing.
supposed to- yeah.
How many points? 5 points?
I got the score right, so that should be 15.
Whoa. So Morgan potentially has been rigging this?
He approaches the baby gangster.
I would never. Your thoughts on the match, my friend?
My thoughts on the match. I'm kind of frustrated right now. I don't have any confidence in the two people that were projected to score most of our points this year to put anything in the net.
That's Josh Williams and Mohamed Abu.
That's right.
Okay.
Pedro's got to step it up. He's been one of the most disappointing DPs in the league this season. Giassi's got one in the net, which was good to see. But there has to be more. They missed, I think, 3 wide open shots with nobody in the net this week. That's got to change.
A few sitters, indeed, and some crossbars and some hashtag Bills Mafia. Drabby Shranfus, you are old and you might not live to see this game. It is in 48 hours. So if you indeed get there, what are you thinking about? Other than Jello?
San Jose is. We keep running into these teams that are kind of reinventing themselves. So San Jose is moving on from the Wondolowski era. I think they're still trying to find their identity. They're not doing a great job yet. On the bright side for us, they have won a game, so there is no more opportunity for us to provide another team with their first victory of the season. It is literally impossible in this season. So,
That's right. Yeah. You will not pick up your first victory against us. Solana Max. Why did you cheat on your wife? How many illegitimate families do you have in China? Speak in the microphone, Solana Max. The Blue Jackets did not win the Stanley Cup. You have a fake family. You are fake news. Salon MX China, the China version of that. You have a lot of. There are many sons you've birthed. He's done things. Back to you, Darby.
But that being said, as of the season, I no longer have faith in home cooking against West Coast teams until you prove me wrong. I do not think this is a gimme. I think no game actually through the rest of the season is a gimme. This is going to take some work. San Jose is normally a bunkering counter kind of team. We don't do well against that, so we're going to have to get a little creative.
Fantastic. I will say this. You look at the bottom of the East and you look at the bottom of the West, and the differences in those two conferences become clear. Now, obviously Toronto being at the bottom of the East, defending Cup champions, they were spending a lot of time and energy focusing on CONCACAF Champions League. That worked out really well.
It's a Canadian space program. They're putting shit into orbit.
That's right. They deserve butter and hashtag LOLTFC. But, look at the bottom of the East. Look at the East in general and look at the West in general. Like that's a trash conference. The East is very clearly the strongest conference. So when we play a team at the bottom of the East, like DC United, like Chicago Fire, it's different than when we play a team at the bottom of the West. When you're in the bottom of the West, you actually suck balls. Like that's just like real shit. You suck balls. So as much as I want to agree with you, Drabby, and say Cruisers FC I'm never going to predict them to win until they win. But I'm confident enough going into this game where tune in to find out. Drabby, we go back to you, 40-year-old man-child. We go to your score prediction. Please don't mimic what I'm about to do. That is very embarrassing for you. You will probably die soon. Your score prediction.
The only one who mimics is you, Morgan. So I have Columbus scoring 1 goal, and I have the third California team also scoring 1 goal. So 1-1 tie, hashtag rivalry week, which you definitely stole from me because I wrote it before you said it.
Fake news.
Hashtag save Wondolowski.
All right. Hashtag save Wando, Drabby Schranfus, the 40-year-old man-child. Brent Miller, you are in charge of the guests this week. Tell us what you will be doing that will be wrong and how you will not get any points again, and that you will show up and complain about it. And at this rate, you will be an honorary member of GCG Bag because you are failing, and so is Ethan McKinley. Back to you.
I think the crew finds a way to bounce back this week. I'm saying we get 2 in the net for a 2-1 Cruisers FC victory.
Smoke weed every day.
Hashtag get sharked.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Failing mini tailgate. No mini tailgate this week. Sad.
Yeah.
Sad. Peach Jones.
Yeah.
Rhonda.
Definitely,
Sad.
we're hoping
Failing.
that some people could step up this week, but no, everybody's failing.
My name is Rhonda. Oh, I'm married to Put Jones. Oh, he checks in on Untapped. Oh, he drinks garbage water in the back of a dumpster. Oh, behind an Arby's. Oh, look at me. I have a badge.
Wait, why behind an Arby's?
I don't know. He's really desperate.
Okay.
Yeah. He spent all his money on Natural Light. Alex Thomas. We go, yeah, fucking racks.
Yeah, dude. Hey, hold on.
Here I am in the back of a racks in Nelsonville drinking toilet water. I'm Put Jones. I'm married to Rhonda. This is what me. This is what I sound like.
Oh, is it actually? Is it pronounced Pajones?
Pajones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pajones. Back to you, Alex. Your score prediction of the match, my friend.
Nice. Okay. Dude, I'm going for it. We're gonna fucking
Here we go.
Crush these bitches like a styrofoam cup. It's on.
Here we go.
Is this a sexual
Going bold.
thing?
Yeah, that too. Am I actually is this Zidar's vote here?
Yeah.
Is this Sean Sitar?
He forfeited his right to make a prediction.
That's right.
4 fucking 0, son. Beat down.
Fuck out.
Definitely likely. Very likely.
Yes. Yeah.
Alex Thomas, a.k.a. John Sitar, has predicted a 4-0 Cruisers
4-0.
FC
Fucking
thrashing.
Bust out. This is going to be the one, boys. This is the fucking shit hammer is going to fall on these motherfuckers. Hashtag rivalry week. Hashtag P9 experience. Because it used to be Justin's number.
Oh.
Now it's P9.
Oh, okay.
So everybody, when he scores, enjoy the P9 experience.
I thought this was like a P90X thing.
Yeah.
P9 experience.
I really thought it was P90X as well. I was like, oh, you're
look at
working
me.
for
Hello.
Beachbody? Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so my board says the following. For the first time in, 7 weeks, Drabby and I do not
Finally
agree
stopped copying
on
me.
an outcome. And it's sad that he was trying to copy. I can understand why you were mimicking me,
He
because
peeked
I've won
over at
every
your
single
board?
I literally picked first
Look at all
every
these
time.
giant trophies everywhere.
Shitbag.
Given to me by John Zidar.
Most of them have your name on
And
it.
Anthony
No one remembers who
Precourt.
the other one is from.
Yeah.
So I say Cruisers FC 2, San Jose Ultras 19030. That's right. I'm feeling Dos a Cero. Bah, bah. Hashtag definitely only girls. I'm a 3-4 man. Hashtag, obviously. Hashtag digging for poop. That's still on there. I got to get rid of that. Hashtag Pam's wedding. Hashtag rivalry week.
Hashtag rivalry weir.
I kind of like erase that and need to rewrite it. Yeah, well, it's two A's. They're both A's, and they're right on hashtag rivalry week.
That's not the issue.
Rivalry weir.
Hashtag Pam stab fork promise threat. Hashtag Darbs fire dead hot dog boy. Hashtag save the crew.
You're gonna run out of room for hashtags on your board here real fucking soon.
Hashtag Pam's wedding.
I do fully acknowledge I regret making that bold statement that I wasn't going to pick a win until they win, because I've guaranteed that I have to pick something wrong
Correct.
before I can try and be right.
Yes, correct.
That was
You might
really
be right
wise.
in in the meantime.
I have the moral high ground, but I am a shit ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's it. P. Jones, what did
If
you
you
say?
just
Are you checking out Iraqs or something?
If they'd fucking win, then I can start picking games again. So
All right.
win.
Alex, what's GCG Bag got going on this week?
I haven't heard a lot from them.
Oh, is that right?
No. GCG Bag?
Rob?
There's a member sitting right
You said
Chicken
what?
wings?
Chicken wings.
That's it. Just all you gotta say is chicken wings. The kids on the street will know that's a code for like a.
Will they?
Yeah. Just be like, yo, chicken wings. That's the word. And I think it's WINGZ.
Oh, okay. All right. I see what
If
we're
you
doing
spell
here.
like that, yeah,
1903
chicken
Ultras.
wings, yeah.
Drabby Schranfus. Actually, let's start with you, Brent Miller. Any volunteer opportunities to fill the fray?
Yeah, so Save the Crew has secured a vendor spot at the first annual Columbus Taco Fest. We will have a booth where we're going to talk to people.
Jesus Christ.
What the hell was that? Okay, anyway. We're going to talk to people about what's going on with the lawsuit and the latest updates. Try to help them to understand that this is not over, and try to get people out to the games to fill the stadium.
They're definitely there for that at the Taco Festival.
Yeah, but
They're like,
get
hey,
some tacos,
let's
and
go to
then
the Taco
on top
Festival so we
Save
can
the
figure out what's happening with the Columbus Crew.
That's
where I go for
God
my
damn it,
news.
Joe Rogers.
We're trying to get a TV set up in there so that we can watch the game, so nobody has to miss that.
I'm
So
telling you what, a
sign
lot of
up
crew
for
fans are going to
2-hour
come
shift.
during the game with no TV and be like, listen, I'm here during the game. I'm here for the tacos, but mostly I'm there to figure out what's going on with the crew. Other than the fact that we're playing a game right now and that I should be watching, talk to me about the crew. And also, I don't care about these tacos. I'm here at the Taco
Talk
Fest.
to me about the crew, but don't talk with your mouth full. 'cause
Alex,
we're
you
all
want to do a
eating-
little bit of role playing here?
Yeah, I'll eat. Do you want me to eat the tacos? Do you want me to be the guy that's missing the game to go to the tacos?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
All right, I'm at the booth. Go ahead.
Hi.
Let me, hold on. I'm making the tacos.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Oh, hi. Welcome to the booth. Welcome to the Save the Crew booth.
I'm so happy to be here because, I love tacos.
I can tell.
But, I can
Mostly
see
you're
by
a-
your bean variety that you have in front of you that you're a Save the Crew lad.
Well, this, I'm a 3-4 man.
Yeah,
But
apparently.
you know that I'm all about saving the crew. What can I get for you?
Well, aside from the E. coli shredded lettuce, how about a soft taco?
Okay, one soft
with
taco.
chicken.
All right, one
and the
chicken.
Chipotle beef crunchy taco.
Oh, you noticed those, did you?
Yes.
All right, okay.
I'd like both, please.
All right.
And I'm going to get two. I don't know if I'm going to share them later with anybody.
Okay, you got two of them
Do
coming
you guys
up.
have a TV here?
We do not.
Oh, because the crew's playing right now.
Yeah,
But-
we know that.
Okay. Instead of me maybe watching the game live, could you just tell me, while you're making my tacos?
Listen, we tried.
About Save the Crew.
Hey, listen, but when we were planning this, we fundamentally agreed to try to get a TV, and it just
that's
didn't work
enough.
out.
That's enough.
Let me ask you this:
Sour cream.
On-
Before you
okay,
even ask.
sour cream.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's what I wanted.
What
to
else?
know.
What's your other question?
No, that was it.
Okay, thanks.
Don't forget the pico.
Oh,
how dare you?
guac. I don't know who that man
While
is.
I'm making this,
Definitely
I'd
the guac.
like to talk to you about something that's very near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
And that's I listen to a show called ACES Radio.
Yeah.
And there's an old man on there. He's dangerous.
When did you listen to the show? Yesterday? Because he could be dead.
Well,
He's not well.
He was biting people, but he has been copying the guy who's in first place. And it's
he'll
just
never catch that guy. Don't worry.
It's
He's
weird.
not going to catch
Well, I
him.
feel like he's lost it because he picked a different score this week, meaning his brain's probably.
You know that thing you get
your
from
tacos
a
are ready,
raging
sir.
yeast infection from having sex on the beach? He's
That's true.
probably driven mad by that.
The guy who was on it, the first placeman, he was conceived when his parents were drunk on peach schnapps.
Yeah, like a family reunion.
Here are
How
your
gross
tacos,
is that?
sir. Thank you for stopping by the Save the Crew taco
Thank
shed.
you so much.
We really almost had a TV, I swear to God.
Okay, well, you tried.
Yeah.
Also,
this is
disclaimer,
Joe Rogers.
There will not be tacos at the Save the Crew booth.
Well, we'll probably have some, but they'll be our own. And
they'll
we'll
be
Yeah, fake news, Darby. Don't try it.
Don't take Brett's
That's
tacos.
pretty much exactly how that conversation is going to go. So.
Drabby, any volunteer opportunities other than the booth?
Yeah, no, that was literally exactly what I was going to talk
Jesus
about.
Christ. I'm really excited about the booth.
If somebody's interested in volunteering, they should reach out to you or to Joe Rogers. I have her email address, but because she spells things funny, I'm not going to read it. So
Team at
find,
SaveTheCrew.com.
Find Joe
All
Rogers
caps.
on Twitter.
Or
And,
just sign up for Fill the Fray. That's also good.
Oh, yeah, because then you can be in the Slack channel with all the cool people and find out shit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely the same Slack channel. There's not a separate Slack channel that we keep Nate Beckman in.
Where do I go if I want to know where my jersey is?
That would be the taco stand without a TV.
That's
Yeah.
team at SaveTheCrew.com.
Thank you to-
Or DM Morgan.
Thank you to Alex Thomas's mom and Brent Miller and everybody else who stopped by. This has been episode 82 of ACES Radio. On behalf of benevolent corporate overlord sponsor Spit Salivia, Foot Golf, Larry Turd, Clark Beacom, Erica Crest, and the dead rotting corpse of Kevin Burns. You have terrible taste in entertainment. And all Lord Guillermo's people said...
You're still here?
It's over. Go home. Go.
Please have a party. Feed us drinks. Get us laid. Ow!
Dude, don't pretend like you're busy working or something, dude. You know you're in bed, just watching PlayStation or something like that.
That's the word on the street.